You're filming Iron Man just to attend a tech expo? Welcome back, brave explorers of impossible worlds. We are excited to have you here to continue this odyssey together. Before we continue, everything you'll hear is pure fiction, so please don't try to replicate combat techniques at home. This wonderful story and all its rights belong to its brilliant original author. We are only the messengers of entertainment. Want another dose of adventure? Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss a single chapter, and if you can't wait, our Patreon has exclusive surprises you'll love. Chapter 26. In a luxuriously furnished hotel, Lin Ming excitedly held his mobile phone, showing off to his friends around and by his side. They're all the rich second generation of whose circle. I am also a fan of Iron Man. Damn it, Lao Lin, you cow, it's really the Upmaster. Has he revealed anything about the second movie? I really want to get an Iron Man suit to wear. Send it to Downey and it will definitely attract attention. Friends showed envious expressions, which made Lin Mingzi very proud. Lu Bai, have you handed in your homework yet? Han Moing sent a private message and asked, what homework? Hearing this, Lu Bai was a little dazed. It seems that I know I forgot something, but I can't remember what it is. The counselor said that one film will be handed in this semester. You won't forget, will you? Han Moing reminded, if you don't tell me, I forgot. You saved my life, thank you very much. Lu Bai slapped his forehead and remembered he had just time traveled, and he also saw the homework assigned by the counselor. It is to shoot a movie with a duration of no less than 30 minutes, and finally submit it to the mailbox. Lin Ming also said in the group that there will be special arrangements for the next semester. That is, the Academy will invite famous people from the industry to watch movies, which can be regarded as paving the way for talented graduates. It's not too late to submit, otherwise you will have to face the counselor's private letter. Han Moing couldn't help but smile slightly after hearing Lu Bai's exaggerated statement. Sure, I'll submit it now. Lu Bai smiled. He just came to this world, and there are not many people who are willing to help him, so he values this friendship very much. Do you have time next time? Can you read the script for me? I pay. Han Moing hesitated to speak. Her state of mind is complicated. Lu Bai's not only her friend, but also a master screenwriter whom she admires, but now Lu Bai's achievements have already surpassed her cognition countless times, and she doesn't even know how to face it. Can you still? I'm not used to you being so polite, and you have to pay me? Sending off beggars. Send the script quickly, and I will criticize you immediately. Lu Bai pretended to be angry. Han Moing watched it, but smiled happily. That's great. He's still the same as before, not being unkind because of higher achievements. Still calm. We'll lend a helping hand to friends. Okay, then I will trouble the big screenwriter to correct me. Don't show mercy. Lu Bai received the electronic document. The script describes two pairs of urban men and women who, in the face of emotional problems, made different choices according to their personalities. Lu Bai frowned. Why did he seem to have a sense of déjà vu? He thought for a long time, and with a final slap on his thigh, he understood the source of the déjà vu. Isn't this the predecessor 3 he had seen before? It's just that the script is very short, with only an outline, but Lu Bai still saw the embryonic form. I read the outline, and it's okay. As for the revisions, I think your script as a whole is too sad and dark, which is not good. That is to say, the tension is lost. I think it should be more cheerful in the early stage. The most deadly point is that the hero and heroine should not reconcile in the end, and even the heroine must have children. Lu Bai said seriously, but Han Moing's heart skipped a beat when she heard it. Not reconciled. The woman wants to have children, isn't it the heroes? Wouldn't this be too cruel? Will be sent to Blade. Okay, I'll change it according to your idea. I'm taking notes. Any more? But Han Moing didn't refute Lu Bai's idea. On the contrary, I feel that such a change is more daring, and it is exciting to think about it, when the audience is watching happily, leaving them with a hopeless ending. Shouldn't such a shock be applauded? Well, it's gone. I can't think too much. It will take a little time. Lu Bai was full of thought. He really can't recall too much. He has been watching it for too long, and with the memory of this world integrated, he can only remember roughly. If it weren't for the help of the system, he wouldn't be able to recall the contents of Iron Man and Transformers. Okay, don't worry, make an appointment, and as a thank you, I'll treat you to dinner. There was joy in Han Moing's words. Her eyes curled into crescent moons. If there is a problem with this script, if you find Lu Bai, it will definitely be resolved. The previous cooperation was simply not too pleasant. This made her sigh again. The short dramas filmed during college are all about accumulating experience, basically no income. and relying on love to generate electricity. Now she can lead the team to earn money and realize everyone's dreams, but some people have already come to the forefront. She didn't know how to repay the two. Briefly asked about the current situation and closed the chat window. Sleep after handing out homework. Lu Bai tore off the quilt, opened the laptop, and selected a film of Iron Man. Lu Bai in the first class of the movie, the work of Iron Man. Recipient, Sun Shengaiyu. The next day counselor Sun Shengaiyu turned on the computer. Refresh. Who will be trained today? Just don't make your eyes too hot. Really been waiting. Chapter 35. Counselor, why is there a 2-hour video? This is homework. Qinzhou University of the Arts. There are several great colleges: Film Academy, Song and Dance Academy, Academy of Fine Arts, etc. Sun Shengaiyu is a teacher at the Film Academy. He is 40 years old, has loose hair and wears black-rimmed glasses. Film schools are divided into different majors, for example, performance, photography, drama, film and television director, recording art, animation, radio and television director, etc. have different emphases. As for the theater and film director major, it is referred to as the film major. As a counselor, Sun Shengaiyu is in charge of reviewing the films of the 3 classes. I watched it all day yesterday. Many students took very good shots. They were well thought out and put their heart into it. Among all the emotional films, it can be said to be very precious, but even if I only ask for a 30-minute film, some people are perfunctory, and they are only interested in dating, right? Thinking of this made him annoyed. Most people make love movies, not to mention the serious homogenization. They are still about couples. What? Show off your affection in front of me, right? I asked you to hand in your homework, and you sent me a wedding video, right? I hope today's work won't be too eye-catching. According to the receiving time, he clicked on Lin Ming's works from top to bottom: The Return of the Dragon King, The Subway, The Elderly. The mobile phone. Sun Shengaiyu almost finished watching with a frown. He had never felt that an hour could be so long. Even if he fast-forwards the whole process, or even pulls the progress bar, he still feels like sitting on pins and needles, and he can use the keyboard proficiently with the embarrassing activity of his toes. Chapter 27. In the end, after watching the movie, he was relieved, and after some consideration, he gave an overall evaluation. From an aesthetic point of view, it is unqualified. From a professional point of view, it is a pass. The shots are smooth, and the characters are clear and not procrastinated. It can only be said that a middle-aged person like me is not the audience for this type of film, and Lin Ming put this film on the video platform as a big movie on the internet, and made a small profit. This is a bonus item. Sun Shengaiyu nodded secretly. This shows that Lin Ming's commercialization and marketization capabilities are outstanding. It is the object that many students should study. Even when he was in school, he couldn't make money for equipment by shooting videos, but this kid is a little unkind. Although the filming cost is 500 million yuan, I learned that the real shooting cost is less than 200 million yuan, eating 300 million kickbacks from his father. Sun Shengaiyu clicked his tongue. Go ahead and click on the next movie. When he saw Han Moying in the works column, his eyes lit up. His favorite movie is this one, regardless of word of mouth, response, or even box office. It is surprisingly beautiful. He doesn't even need to read it to give an excellent review. This kind of work that has been tested by theaters and the market is worthy of high marks, but he still clicked on the video seriously and responsibly. He also has his own considerations. Let's take a look first. Maybe this movie can be shown in schools next semester. At that time, outstanding graduates, social celebrities, great directors, and first-line actors will be invited. If Han Moying's talent is favored, the road ahead will be easier. So let's look at the quality first. This movie is 1 hour, the plot is tight, and Sun Shengaiyu rarely pulls the progress bar after reading it. His overall evaluation is good. This is an urban workplace movie that captures the bitterness of beating workers, accompanying wine, persuading people to drink, working overtime, wearing small shoes, and all kinds of unfair suppression. Han Moying's young woman who has just entered the society, all launched a powerful counterattack. In layman's terms, this is a story about rectifying the workplace. Although the logic of the story is simple, but fortunately the plot is compact, the appearance and acting skills are all online, and the plot has no loopholes. At the end of the story, Han Moying won the lawsuit through legal weapons, got her own reward, and finally ended satisfactorily as far as Sun Shengaiyu knows. It was released for half a month and won a box office of 3,000 million. The return on investment is amazing, the idea is very good, and the degree of dedication is also the top among the students. What's even more commendable is that now that Han Moying has this successful experience, She will be able to attract more investment in the future, and her future is boundless. Sun Shengaiyu gave a very high evaluation. This time, the movie viewing experience was good, washing away the spiritual pollution brought about by Lin Ming's movies. However, the next few films were mediocre, with no bright spots, which made him drowsy. Watch another one, just have lunch and go for a walk. Sun Shengaiyu realized that it was almost noon, and today's approval was almost over. Then click on the next video, but soon he realized something was wrong. What? Is this homework? Why is it 2 hours long? After he clicked on the video, he habitually glanced at the progress bar, but at this point, something went wrong. This is no longer a perfunctory level, it's simply bad. Who actually sent me a large movie downloaded from the internet? So careless. Even if you send it by mistake, you will have a long time to withdraw or resend it. But after one night, there was no news to explain, and I didn't take my words at all, let alone my homework. Angry, irritable, hate that iron is not steel. It simply doesn't take his words to heart. With only one semester left to graduate, how dare you put him down like this? Is it true that he doesn't read his homework? Who is so bold? Sun Shengaiyu couldn't hide his anger. Looking at the sender, it turned out to be Lu Bai. Okay, you kid, I usually have a good impression of you, polite and great writing skills. How dare you lie to the teacher now? This is no longer perfunctory. He turned off the video. His pupils were full of anger and searched for Lu Bai's information, but when you look at it, you see the title, Lu Bai in the first class of the movie, the work of Iron Man. At first glance, I was a little dazed, thinking it was Vertigo. Second glance, the pupils dilated, shockling with disbelief. At last he wiped his glasses, taking a serious look. His face became silent. It turned out to be Lu Bai, but now I have a better impression. But how is this possible? He still can't believe it, but his heart was beating violently, but it was hard to calm down. Chapter 36. The box office account arrives. Finally able to take out the mech. Iron Man appeared in Blue Star. No way. Sun Shengaiyu was so shocked that his mind went blank. Even with fantasies, still can't convince myself. Link this film of killing people during the winter vacation to his students, with complicated and different moods. He clicked into the movie again. The mind gradually recalled the news about this movie. To be honest, he hadn't seen the movie. He has a lot of things to do, approving homework, and communicating with the leader about various matters. For this previously famous sci-fi film, it only exists in rumors, and it is not even clear when it will be released. In the earliest days, when he browsed the website and wanted to search for some information, he naturally saw the advertisement push. At that time, he had noticed that the director wrote Lu Bai, but how dare he think about his own students? There are so many people with the same name. Even if Lu Bai throws Iron Man in front of him now, he still can't believe it. I have to say, the movie started off pretty interesting. Sun Shengaiyu nodded silently when he saw the opening of the film, and at this point, 2 hours have passed. Can't stop at all. No pee in the whole process, and he considers it from a more professional photography direction. I found that the shooting technique is extremely sophisticated, and there are no extra shots at all. This high-quality commercial film is simply breathtaking. Is this still a student I taught? He didn't dare to think anymore. Simply pick up the phone. In the class file, I found Lu Bai's number and couldn't wait to call it. Beep beep. Hi, hello. Who is it? That was Lu Bai's voice. Sun Shengaiyu ignored the pleasantries, and directly entered the topic with a certain urgency in his voice. I am the counselor. Sun Shengaiyu, you sent me. Are you sure you took the picture? He even wanted to ask, are you sure this is called homework? Yes, teacher. Do you have any advice? Advice? How dare I? No. Not dead. I just want to make sure. Classmate Lu, keep up the good work. I'm optimistic about you. Thank you, teacher Sun. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 28. Goodbye. Looking forward to the end of the winter vacation, the day you come back to class. Okay, teacher. Beep beep. Sun Shengaiyu hung up the phone, still in a state of confusion. Even if he didn't go to the cinema to see it, the rumors are still true. 1 million cost, 30 days of release, a total box office of 33 billion, payback in 1 day, pure profit later. Where's this great God? How about you come to be my teacher? After the trance, he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Who should be called now? With this achievement, he can become an external teacher of the school, and he is still so young. if you can still maintain this high box office level. You can even apply for an assistant professor or an associate professor. Gan, I have a leader among the students. Hey, but Sun Shengaiyu became more and more satisfied the more he watched. This is indeed what I taught. Long face. How did the counselor call me? Lu Bai hung up the phone. There are also some inexplicable, but on second thought, maybe it was because of the homework sent last night. He didn't think much about it. After breakfast, he just wanted to look around when he received a text message alert. Bank transaction reminder. Your account has a new account of 10 billion. Lu Bai was short of breath. Movie credits are also down. After deducting taxes, there are still 10 billion. Now you can buy a house. Take out Mark III. He had been looking forward to this day for so long. Iron Man, Blue Star will officially appear. Chapter 37. Lu Bai becomes a real Iron Man. With a mortal body, he can stand shoulder to shoulder with a god. It didn't take much time for Lu Bai to buy a house. He had already found a good location, which was a villa area far away from the market. As soon as the box office split arrived, he bought it in full. The single-family large courtyard. More than 600 square meters, cost 8 million. Everything is fast and easy, and that rich handwriting. Let the beautiful salesperson see it, and fantasize about being the owner of this villa. Mr. Lu, now that the contract is signed, do you need some wine to celebrate? Lu Bai refused. No need, I want to rest now. The salesperson's eyes lit up, and his face was full of peach blossoms. Is it so straightforward? And Lu Bai is still so young and handsome. Just won't refuse, she said delicately. Then I'll give you a massage. I've learned it before. I like to rest quietly by myself. Go out. Lu Bai was a little irritable now. He can't wait to touch Iron Man. How can he have time to drink? Go. The salesman finally left angrily, as if regretting missing a big fish, and Lu Bai locked the doors and windows and closed the curtains. He also cautiously checked whether there was any monitoring equipment nearby, and sat down on the sofa after finishing his work, feeling satisfied. Get the Make 3 generation mecha. Lu Bai calmed down for a moment, and then said in his heart. Make 3rd generation mechas are being released. The size of the villa has been detected, and the equipment has been transferred to the warehouse. Ding. Successfully released. Please sign for receipt. The voice that appeared in my mind was like the sounds of nature. Lu Bai stood up excitedly, and searched for a long time in the villa. Finally, in the spacious warehouse in the big yard, I saw the long-awaited mecha. In the tens of square meters of warehouses, there are countless intelligent manipulators placed at this moment. When they saw Lu Bai, they bowed their arms respectfully, as if kneeling down to worship their master, and where they surround, there is a black floor in the middle, with a strong metal texture. It seems that it can be opened at will. Lu Bai took a look. He knew that the Mark III battlesuit was quietly waiting for its owner under the black iron block. Lu Bai saw this scene. The heart beats faster and harder. This belongs to bringing all the supporting facilities of the first Iron Man. With these devices, Lu Bai can put them on or take them off. Even Lu Bai couldn't help but comment on his conscience, but he still controlled the impulse. Turn on the indoor headlights first, close the warehouse door, and then walk firmly towards the robot arm. The distance from the battlesuit is getting closer and closer. Lu Bai had an idea, and couldn't help but ask, Jarvis, the Mark Mecha has an extremely intelligent AI system. In the original book, it is Stark's butler, bound to the Mark Mecha as Stark's deputy. Not only can it warn and detect, but it also has a certain degree of autonomy, helping Stark to better control the Mecha. My master, I am here. As soon as Lu Bai finished speaking, magnetic male voices sounded all around. Lu Bai understood that this was Jarvis responding to him. Help me put on the Mark Mecha. Lu Bai walked to the black steel floor and said expectantly, Okay, master. After Jarvis responded, the surrounding robots rang. Kakaka. Moment, the floor cracks to reveal parts hidden underfoot. Each piece is shining with golden red luster. Lu Bai's heart was beating so fast. Then, Lu Bai saw the manipulator grabbing the parts of the battlesuit, assembled towards his body. That cold mechanical hand is gentler than imagined, and it doesn't make people feel uncomfortable at all. The first thing to assemble is the torso. This was beyond Lu Bai's expectations originally. He thought that his body would be equipped with a mini arc reactor. But the reality is that the torso of the mecha has its own energy device. When he came into contact with Lu Bai's body, a special connection was established. In an instant, Lu Bai's spirit is clear, and he knows his physical condition like the palm of his hand. This is an amazing experience like never before. It was as if a steady stream of energy had intervened between his flesh and blood, making his soul extremely full, seems full of boundless energy. The positions of the hands and feet are also fitted with gold titanium alloy materials, which look extremely hard, especially the head position. When the tough headgear was put on perfectly, Lu Bai's vision became different. The surroundings have become visualized data, as if you can destroy everything with a random punch. In Lu Bai's eyes, the weapons and equipment on the battle clothes have become commands that can be manipulated at will, especially after the arc reactor is connected to the nerves. It can be manipulated with a mind, like the body and the arms. Like the arms and fingers, completely became a part of the body. At this moment, an extremely excited look appeared in Lu Bai's pupils. He finally understood what is physical pain, mechanical ascension. Also at this moment, Lu Bai became a real Iron Man, with the body of a mortal, stand shoulder to shoulder with gods. Chapter 29. P.S. Happy New Year everyone. By the way, I beg all the audience masters to give a 5-star praise. We new writers need this very much. It doesn't take time. Chapter 38. The Science and Technology Exhibition is here. 3 days later, the real Iron Man will come before the eyes of the world when Lu Bai and Mark's suit become one. The state of the whole person is different. The spirit is extremely full, and the limbs are full of strength. Everything in front of me has become visualized data. It seems that a single punch can break through the iron plate. Energy advances by 2.5%. Lu Bai recalled the plot of the film. Stark found the most suitable rising energy in many experiments. Thinking of this, he couldn't wait to experimentally gave orders. The center of hands and feet wrapped in battle clothes. Immediately, there was a strong driving force, quickly and steadily pushing Lu Bai's body up. Even if Lu Bai is mentally prepared, this sudden experience of being suspended in the air still made him nervous and worried, like skating for the first time. Limbs were extremely clumsy, and he couldn't control the center of gravity of his body at all. After persisting for a long time, he still fell down with a bang. It was smashed firmly. Won't it hurt? Lu Bai got up from the ground, but was a little surprised. According to the height he had just vacated, it would definitely not feel good to fall, but he didn't feel any pain. Quickly, he thought that the Mark III has a strong shock absorption ability. The energy of the arc flowed between the body and the suit, protecting his body. This discovery made Lu Bai bold, completely relieved of the psychological burden. He clumsily piloted the mech in the empty warehouse from noon to night. The level of manipulation is greatly improved. Such high intensity training also made him physically and mentally exhausted and sweaty. I can fly too. The mask of the battle suit is opened. Lu Bai's handsome face and sweat-stained hair were revealed. An afternoon of training. It turned him from a wobbly baby to a running kid. Grow extremely fast. Lu Bai was very satisfied at this time. Intelligent AI Jarvis spoke. Dear Master, it has been detected that there are many unread messages from your mobile phone. Now you are in the rest stage. Would you like to read them for you? Lu Bai was surprised, didn't expect that the AI presented by the system can also be connected to the mobile phone. Did you get my permission? But after Lu Bai thought about it, he was relieved. The system coexists with his consciousness, regardless of each other. I'm afraid this Jarvis is just an external manifestation of the system, which is equivalent to an additional gift of life direction authority. Read. Lu Bai opened his mouth and said, the content of the news comes from Weixin, the person who sent the messages. Brother Chen Rengguan, boss, we have selected a few locations in the company, and the photos have been sent to you, and you can rent them anytime now. Hear this. Lu Bai put on his helmet again, and the LCD in front of him instantly displayed several photos. It seems that they are all in office buildings, with good lighting, and the prices vary. Jarvis, call senior brother Chen Rengguan, soon. The phone will be connected. Chen Rengguan's hearty voice came to Lu Bai's ears. Boss Lu Bai, we happen to have something to report. Don't be so polite. Senior brother, what's the matter? Lu Bai is wrapped in a mecha. The volume of the call is moderate, but not distorted. Just like face-to-face communication, the ears are extremely comfortable. We have finished reading the new script Transformers. The creativity is invincible, and the imagination is incomparable. Cars, airplanes, and animals can all transform. It's amazing. This movie is absolutely going to explode. Chen Rengguan's voice was full of excitement. Indescribably amazing. We have the blockbuster Iron Man, and we can directly attract investment for the next film. It is absolutely possible for major car dealers to bid and advertise, and even save money for filming, and the box office is exclusive to us. This idea is pure genius. Lu Bai listened to the other party's flattery. I couldn't help laughing, and interrupted. You haven't said what you want to report yet. Chen Rengguan calmed down and began to report the situation. Simply put, that is, when Chen Rengguan and the others discovered the business opportunity of the new script, they could talk to the car company about sponsorship, and car companies have also taken a fancy to the popularity of Iron Man. and some car companies have expressed their cooperation intentions, and Iron Man's bonus didn't end there. Many toy factories and rubber factories have taken a fancy to Iron Man IP, want to collaborate and make Iron Man toys or figures. Moreover, although Iron Man has been removed from the movie theaters, the major film and television platforms want exclusive representation, and the conditions given are all top-notch. Okay, I see, let's send someone to continue talking. Lu Bai expressed his satisfaction. The company address picked one that was pleasing to the eye, then hung up the phone and let senior brother Chen go to work as a technical shareholder. Chen Renquin has good management skills. The new company does not have many people, and Chen Renquin is the representative of the CEO throughout the process. Let's go eat first. Lu Bai trained for a day, and now he feels tired and hungry. Watching the manipulator take off his battle suit and put it on the metal floor, he left the warehouse contentedly. While waiting for food in the restaurant, he received a private message from Bees.com Qinzhou Science and Technology Exhibition staff. Boss, long time no see. Congratulations on your Iron Man movie, Barley. It's like this. Our exhibition will be held in 3 days, and the works are now open for admission. This is the timetable. The staff sent a poster. The content is, from January 1st to January 20th, it is the entry registration time for works, 12410-22410 address, Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum. On the night of the exhibition, there will be speeches on the form of technological design ideas, and recordings and broadcasts will be filmed. The poster is concise and clear. Lu Bai knew at a glance that it was time to register. Okay, I'll be there in 2 days, Lu Bai replied to the message, and a hot meal was served on the table. His taste buds were provoked, but his heart was even more fascinated. The real Mark Mecha, real Iron Man, just 3 days later. It will really descend on Blue Star, shock the people of Blue Star. Chapter 39. Returning to the Master. There is no no-fly zone, and you can go directly to Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum. There was plenty of time to enter the exhibition, so Lu Bai was not in a hurry to register. Taking advantage of these days, Lu Bai will go to the company during the day to buy things. Earth Films. Looking at the company nameplate on the wall, Lu Bai muttered softly, there are warm nostalgia in my heart. This name should be regarded as proof of being a human being on Earth. The name is very big at first glance. Earth, is it another way of saying Blue Star? Standing beside Lu Bai, Chen Renquin asked curiously. Now he wears several hats, not only the chief director of the company, but also the CEO, although the status of president sounds quite tall, to put it bluntly. Chapter 30. That's a butler. When the company grows bigger and has more and more people, he will definitely not be able to manage it at that time. A professional management talent will be found to take over, and he can also be a dividend shareholder who doesn't care about anything and concentrate on making movies. Correct, Lu Bai nodded in response. The Earth Film Company leased a science and technology park on the outskirts of the city. The house price is cheap and the place is big. There are 2 floors above and below, surrounded by UV-resistant heat-insulated glass, which looks very modern and outstanding in design. There is a subway outside, connecting the city center and Lu Bai's university, and it's not too far from Lu Bai's newly bought villa. Lu Bai rented this place for consideration. The team has to go out to shoot movies frequently, and don't come back for a few months. There is no need to go to the city center where land is expensive and there are so many noisy people and the place is small. It's not worth it at all. The cast also agrees with the statement. They also don't like working in the city. The pace of life is too fast, and people are impetuous, which is not conducive to creation. Now this office location is very good. The air is fresh, the greenery is good. You can often drive around mountains and rivers. For them, this group of literary youths is simply heaven. Junior brother, this is the map of the shooting location we have chosen. These are car companies that have agreed to cooperate. Can you see it? In the chairman's office, Chen Renquin handed over the photos and documents, full of expectations for the future. There is no problem with the shooting location. When will the shooting start? Lu Bai looked at the photo. It was unexpectedly discovered that a certain shooting location was near the company, and it was also the home of the protagonist Sam. Within a week, we still have to discuss sponsorship matters with several sports cars. They are more proud and disdain to use videos to promote, but we are still fighting for it. At the same time, we are also looking for suitable actors, Chen Renquin said seriously. The difficulty of shooting this time is far greater than that of Iron Man, not only for the director, but also for the actors. Iron Man at least has 3D printed suits to assist actors in shooting, focus the lens, and shorten the shooting cycle. Transformers are completely non-physical performances. The mecha is too big. Even if it can be built, it is useless for shooting, and it cannot be manipulated at all, but this is his distress as a director. There is no need to complain to Lu Bai. If any difficulties have to be solved by the chairman, then what kind of director should I be? Thanks for your hard work. With your help, I am relieved. Lu Bai also smiled when he saw senior brother Chen's firm expression with such a partner. As long as you confess good things, you will receive the results. Such a hands-off shopkeeper is a peace of mind. Just kidding. The two chatted about their work, also talked about Downey. Now Downey is the first actor signed in the company, with his distinctive acting skills, and the success of Iron Man. Now that the invitations keep coming and the salary has skyrocketed, Earth Films has become known to more people. Lu Bai gave the other party great autonomy, not only arranging life assistance, but also refusing to take any remuneration for Downey's participation. This made Downey surprised and moved. And Qinzhou also has the warmth of home. When the company opened, even flew to celebrate in the blink of an eye. 3 days have passed daytime. Lu Bai occasionally attends courses, and also visits the company to find actors with a director team night. It will return to the warehouse to operate the mecha, and the proficiency is getting higher and higher. And Lu Bai also explored a more convenient control method. He found, even if you don't speak, Jarvis can also understand what Lu Bai is thinking and give performance feedback. This discovery, it made Lu Bai even more sure that this Jarvis was the external manifestation of the system, and the communication at the level of consciousness let Lu Bai become more handy. It's like using chopsticks. It's about to become muscle memory, like using your arms and fingers. Master, please note that today is January 1st at 23:09 p.m. You still have 1 hour to register and enter the museum to participate in the Qinzhou Science and Technology exhibition. Would you like to participate? Lu Bai was speeding through the warehouse with a full face of excitement, but when Jarvis reminded him, he realized that 3 days had passed. The time passes so fast. I've been so busy recently, I almost forgot. Lu Bai came back to his senses, but he wasn't too anxious. Instead, he said in his heart, give the route of Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum. The route has been planned, and drunk driving is detected on the road, which may delay the trip. When Lu Bai heard this, there was an expectant smile on his face. With a mark mecha, do I still need to drive? Jarvis, find out if there is a no-fly zone around. Return to the master. There is no no-fly zone. Direct access to Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum. Chapter 40. What Iron Man sees is what Lu Bai sees. Develop new abilities of the system. Technology gods. There are no no-fly zones. Direct access to Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum. The route has been planned. The straight line distance is 96 kilometers, and it is expected to arrive within 10 minutes. Are you leaving now? Listening to Jarvis' report, Lu Bai smiled bitterly. I won't go there. There's really no way. He also wanted to show off in front of everyone. Think rationally. Mark III also has a fatal flaw. That is, it cannot be put on and taken off at any time, and the manipulator doesn't have the ability to move, so he can't go out with a warehouse on his shoulders. Right, to say the most ideal, it is still the updated battle suit of Stark in the back. Even the second part, they all abandon the assistance of the robot and have a more convenient way of wearing and taking. Otherwise it will be troublesome to go to the toilet. The system has said that there are prerequisites for wanting to have the ability to choose movies independently. It is to complete the 3 film tasks of the system before opening them all to choose. Now that I have received Transformers, I am also looking for actors. It is estimated that the filming will start soon. Lu Bai felt a little melancholy. He also likes this Transformer, but an optimistic estimate. When he has the ability to choose independently, he will also graduate from university. Take off your battle suit. Lu Bai came to the dark floor. The manipulator took off the Mark Mecha for him, and under Lu Bai's order, reassembled it. Remotely control Iron Man. The early Stark can't do it. Right. Lu Bai stood in front of the Mark Mecha, with a smug smile on his lips. Recently, Lu Bai discovered a unique ability, that is, he can connect with the system. Moreover, Jarvis is the external embodiment of the system. In other words, that is, Lu Bai can let the system control Iron Man by talking to the system in his consciousness. Even, Lu Bai also has an ability that has been perfectly developed. That's panel visualization. Host, Lu Bai. Chapter 31. Task, filming the movie Transformers. Progress, looking for actors. Correct, it is this ability. The system can project images and sounds in Lu Bai's mind. That means, what Iron Man sees is what Lu Bai sees. He is perfectly adapted to the remote control ability. This also means that Lu Bai can experience wherever Iron Man goes at home. There will be no danger. Lu Bai was so excited to figure out this ability in the past few days. This is the real weapon of war. With the level of the first Iron Man, I comprehended the second Iron Man Legion. It just so happens that today is the admission registration for the Science and Technology Museum. He is also eager to try, system, drive Iron Man, go to Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum, Ling. Moment the golden red mecha in front of Lu Bai had brilliant blue light in its pupils and chest. Lu Bai seemed to be able to feel that this battle armor seemed to come alive. Yes, Master, it was Jarvis's kind voice that answered Lu Bai. I saw Iron Man soaring into the sky, opening the door of the warehouse, leaping into the sky like a shooting star. Lu Bai watched the meteor gallop away, feeling a little complicated in his heart. Just like pets, they can buy vegetables, cook, sweep the floor and go to the toilet. I am very proud. Can Bluster's technology make this kind of mecha? Lu Bai knows, mechanical exoskeletons are widely used in the Blue Star military. Even private technology companies are also in the process of research and development. Iron Man can be equipped with the intelligence of the system, a complete technological genius. It is purely a dimensionality reduction blow to Blue Star. Meteors streak across the sky, attract people's attention on the park lawn. Someone was looking up at the starry sky, but suddenly exclaimed, "Is that a shooting star?" People heard, looking up curiously. I saw the white light gliding across the night sky like a star. Exclaim, "Really? It's so bright. Will it fall down? Take a picture of me. Are meteorites worth money? So cool. Make a wish." As for Lu Bai, he lay back on the bed and closed his eyes, but in his mind, but clearly felt, Iron Man's perspective, and howling wind. It's like experiencing it yourself. It's wonderful, Master. Jarvis reports, it's over the Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum. Ask for the next step. Chapter 41. Iron Man officially enters the Science and Technology Museum. Netizens are not calm anymore. Ask for the next step. Listen to Jarvis's words. Lu Bai began to give instructions in his heart. The idea turned off Iron Man's flying energy. And this operation directly caused the mecha to fall from a high altitude. When it was about to touch the ground, the energy source was instantly lit, and powerful energy burst out from the hands and feet to achieve the buffering effect, and then it fell smoothly into the grove without attracting the slightest attention. In the night as a metaphor, this operation is like manipulating the character in the original God game. Jump from a height. The wind wings are opened only when it is close to the ground, so as to complete the rapid landing. Safe landing. Do you want to contact the staff? Upon hearing this, Lu Bai responded, "Contact." Next second, Jarvis dialed out soon. The other side picked it up. "Hello, is this Director Lu Bai?" The voice was respectful and reached Lu Bai's mind. "It's me. The exhibits have already arrived outside the Science and Technology Museum. This call is a bit special." It was also a novel experience for Lu Bai, but in the final analysis, it is the system and Iron Man who serve as a transit point and become a bridge for dialogue across the air, and the security is extremely high. There is no possibility of monitoring at all. Good. My name is Li Pinggan. Just call me Xiao Li. I'll be there soon. Li Pinggan caressed the phone and walked quickly to the door, but he saw that the door was empty. The streets at night are deserted. "Director Lu, I'm at the door. Did you come in person?" Li Pinggan asked respectfully. "I did not go," Lu Bai replied. "Movie Barley must be very busy." "Understand. Then who is going to hand over to me? It's also convenient for me to register." Li Pinggan looked at the road, but did not see the expected transport vehicle. "I can only ask politely. Look to the right." Li Pinggan heard the words and subconsciously looked to his right hand. "When I saw this, my hands trembled instantly, and I almost couldn't hold the phone steadily." Before his eyes, it is a tall and cold mecha, which looks extremely strong, walking silently. Li Pinggan has worked in the Science and Technology Museum for many years. Nature has eyesight. He can't imagine, for such a heavy mech, how well must the components be run in to absorb the shock to such an extent. A phase 2. Face meeting stunned Li Pinggan. There was some trembling in the words. "Lu, Director Lu, I saw," Lu Bai responded. "Then please take it to register." No trouble. Li Pinggan walks ahead. Unexpectedly, the mech really followed. He didn't make a fuss either, just guessing that it can be controlled remotely, just like a drone. But the design is really cool. There are edges and corners, smooth lines, full of pressure, just so handsome. Even a man can't resist a romance of a mecha. The first thing he noticed about Iron Man was the mecha design video sent by Lu Bai Station. Chapter 32. At that time, he took a fancy to Iron Man becoming popular. The design is really eye-catching, so he deliberately threw out an olive branch to catch some traffic, and didn't pay too much attention to it. It is said that it is to give a speech on the design idea. That is, To draw a big cake. What really makes the Science and Technology Museum unable to ignore is the explosion of the Iron Man movie. The level of attention has risen sharply. The meaning of rubbing heat is not concealed. The exhibitor expressly stated that, "I hope director Lu Bai will give a speech on stage. When the time comes, the press release will be blown away, and the traffic will definitely be terrifying. At that time, it will definitely cost a lot of money to buy tickets. And the social popularity will surely rise to a higher level. Director Lu Bai, you've already registered," Li Pinggan said respectfully. "Thanks for your hard work." Lu Bai saw that Li Pinggan led Iron Man into the hall. The location given is also very good, and you can see Iron Man when you walk into the lobby surrounded by colorful ribbons. There is a plaque, "No touching." Lu Bai, needless to say, take direct control of Iron Man across the stage and control it to face the gate of the exhibition, and the registration and admission are also completed. This control is amazing. Li Pinggan was startled. He was in a trance for a while. It's not clear whether it's Lu Bai's good control, or Iron Man's powerful design. The high ribbon can actually be stepped over like a human being. This is something that many big technology companies cannot do. Cross-terrain has always been a difficult point to break through, let alone a human form. "Thank you, Director Lu Bai, for your support." Li Pinggan exchanged some pleasantries, then hung up the phone and communicate with the exhibitor manager quickly. The Science and Technology exhibition bought a large number of manuscripts, grab a photo of Iron Man and start building momentum. Shocked. Iron Man has officially joined the Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum. Full marks for the design. Big news. The movie Iron Man is really made. At 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, the Science and Technology Museum will officially open, and there is Iron Man. It's so cool. Iron Man is a man's romance. Right here in Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum, a large number of manuscripts are disseminated through the official account, attracted countless attention for a time. This time, netizens are not calm anymore, causing an uproar. Chapter 42. Is this a Science and Technology Museum? This is the vegetable market. Actors are in place. Shooting is about to start. In line. The popularity of Iron Man has weakened with the release of the movie, but the news of this Science and Technology exhibition, but it ignited people's attention again and became a hot surge. Iron Man can still go to the Science and Technology exhibition. This is a bit of a beast. Could it be the Science and Technology Museum's hype? Actually, I'm not surprised. Iron Man's design is really bright. A film that ignites the flagging sci-fi field and even inspires technology companies is enough to prove Iron Man's success. Hotly debated, there are those who surprise, those who look rationally, and those who belittle the latter. Believe that Iron Man has nothing to do with the field of technology. Ha ha ha. This is really the funniest joke this year. Everyone knows that humanoid machines are not very popular in the battlefield. So this is also a design highlight? Try it a bit. I like Iron Man at first. It is absolutely qualified for science fiction films, but it shouldn't come to China at all for real science and technology exhibitions. Now it's disgusting. Is this the mascot? The technology circle should be more pure. Don't invite everything. I've been annoyed by Iron Man commercials for a long time, but I still enjoy watching this time. There are praises and derogations, and there is a lot of quarrel. As for the Science and Technology Museum, no matter what kind of quarrel, all valuable traffic. Curator, the news about the Science and Technology exhibition has now become the #1 hot search. Ticket pre-sale has been sold for a few days. Curator, brilliant move. In the Science and Technology Museum, someone reported excitedly when the curator heard this. He also beamed with joy, but he didn't comment on this matter, but said, "Tomorrow there will be a lot of people, so you have to pay attention. Don't make any mistakes. I've already invited quite a few news media over. As a manager, you should be smart, take care of everyone and everything, that's for sure." The manager assured their Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum is a semi-official organization. It has been held for several years, but there is not much attention, and it is tepid coupled with a low level of support above. All aspects appear to be struggling. Today's turning point. It was completely discovered by one of his employees who was visiting the beep station when he was off work. The manager always felt unreliable about this invitation. Although folk inventors can be invited to the event, what is shooting a video? But who would have thought that the Upmaster turned the short video into a big movie, which exploded at the box office? And the popularity was terrifying, so he paid attention immediately. Li Pinggan must take good care of Lu Bai, and it is best to bring Iron Man to the booth. Now here comes Iron Man. Coupled with the release of the draft, it instantly detonated the internet, and the attention soared. From any angle, this is a successful propaganda method. Not only is the Science and Technology Museum famous, but the companies participating in the exhibition can also get more attention, which may attract a wave of investment boom. The manager is full of confidence the popularity brought by breaking the circle can be well converted into income. There will be even higher activity funds in the future, just like now. The tickets are all sold out. How could it be deserted and deserted like in previous years? Although the atmosphere of academic exchanges has changed somewhat, I think most companies are sober, without attention, without investment. Where's the next scientific research funding? The manager was helpless. This is a clear difficulty in internal discussions. The curator also has some headaches. After all, some companies only do scientific research, their minds are rigid, and they are shy about capital, but in general, the result is definitely a huge profit. It can not only attract investment, but also increase the company's popularity in society. Now the manager only hopes that the companies will have less criticism by then. Time passed slowly. At 9:50 in the morning, Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum will open soon. Outside the door, there was a restless crowd. It's almost time to watch the exhibition. Come here for Iron Man. Yet, the photos of Iron Man on the internet are so cool, as tall as a man. I hope you won't be disappointed. If I hadn't looked at the ticket stub I bought, I would have thought that I was not coming to the Science and Technology exhibition, but the comic exhibition. Yeah, there are too many people here. Everyone give the major companies a little face. Go to support. Let me take a photo with Iron Man alone. You are dreaming. The scene was sensational and crowded. Although the heads of the companies entered the arena early, their scalps were tingling when they saw the crowd outside the gate, although the exhibitor has explained. Chapter 33. But the grand occasion of this crowded crowd still made their eyes full of astonishment. Is this still a science museum? How about a good fit? What about the elite circle? This is the vegetable market. Am I a fish seller? Zhanfang, where did you hide my electric fishing rod? As for Lu Bai, don't pay attention to the situation here at all. Take a leather bag, wash up and go out early. Brother Chen Rangwen sent a notice last night. The actors are already in place. You can choose the lead actor. Transformers, shooting is about to begin. Chapter 43. Lamborghini appears. Blue Star will be Transformers Lord C. Earth films. It is a 2-story bungalow, and the overall design is very modern. In the spacious room, Lu Bai met several senior brothers. Morning. Junior brother Lu, have you eaten yet? Chen Rangwen greeted with a smile. I ate soy milk fritters on the way. After Lu Bai responded briefly, he also chatted about the current situation at present. Negotiations have been made with major car companies, and they are all willing to contribute and sponsor. As for the protagonist's car, it was won by Geely Automobile, an established car company in Qinzhou. For 800 million it belongs to the key publicity position. Other car companies added up and sponsored more than 1,000 million. Don't underestimate the money. This is a net gain before doing anything, and there is no need to share the bill with them, as long as the contract is followed and enough shots are given in the movie. The advertising fee will completely fall into the pocket. Unlike those who invest, they want to get a big share. The current sponsorship is going well. Some car companies that are not very popular are very optimistic about this opportunity. Only sports car manufacturers, they are not willing to cooperate. Chen Rangwen sighed. These car companies playing on the track are too arrogant. There are fewer objects to pluck wool. Not surprisingly, Lu Bai just nodded, obviously mentally prepared. In the script, the Bumblebee turns into a sports car, which is a breaking point. As for the Geely Automobile Company, it does not have the form of a sports car, but instead designs it in today's market, which is too conservative. So we clearly stated in the contract that his car model only appeared in the early stage of the film. And there is no objection there, Chen Rangwen explained. Since the sports car has no intention of cooperating, let's not force it. Listening to Lu Bai's words, Chen Rangwen nodded. The sports car that Stark drove to the prom in the last Iron Man shoot was good enough to be rented again, but before he could speak, Chen Rangwen saw Lu Bai take out a few blueprints from his purse. He took it in doubt, and just glanced at it, and his mind was instantly dazed. In his hand, it was actually a car blueprint. The low body is like a subdued beast, the smooth lines are very sharp, and the insolent shark mouth reveals a ferocious killing intent. Just taking a look at it, Chen Rangwen was overwhelmed. He is sure that Blue Star does not have this model. He stared at Lu Bai with shocked pupils, hoping he could give an explanation. What is this riding horse? Does such a car really exist? It's a new model designed. Since sports car manufacturers don't cooperate, then don't use them, Lu Bai said with a smile. That's right. In the hands of Chen Rangwen, it is the Lamborghini of the earth, even if it's not the fastest sports car on earth. But it is the car that kills a man's heart the most. With that look, no one can't help but be moved. Since Chen Renquin reported on sports car companies, Lu Bai had already taken care of it. He browsed the original Iron Man movie in his mind. Unexpectedly, I found Lamborghini in Stark's garage. Then, he asked the system to help him draw the car model, hoping to use it on Transformers, but what Lu Bai didn't expect was that the system actually gave out Lamborghini's design drawings very conscientiously. That's right, Lu Bai has now mastered the core design of Lamborghini. It is absolutely possible to build a car in Blue Star, apply for an appearance patent, and register the Lamborghini trademark, which will be useful in the future, Lu Bai said with a smile. He seemed to be in a good mood. This is a windfall. He hides the core, only the exterior drawings are given, not even the chassis design, just to hide it. What if Earth Films also sells cars on the track, or cooperate with today's car companies to create Lamborghini? This riding horse is so cool. Can it really be designed? I really want to get one. Chen Renquin came back to his senses and gritted his teeth instantly. The car that hit his eyeballs made his heart pound. He can't say what's good about it, but it's just cool, just like Iron Man. Poke his XP hard. The other senior brothers were also shocked when they saw the exterior drawings. Fuck, this is too handsome, Father Lu. Where did you get it? It's just blown up. A person who can't drive, can't help but want to get a driver's license after seeing it. Boss Lu is versatile. The drawings were circulated back and forth in the hands of several brothers, wishing to have them immediately, but there is still work to be done. So a brother backed up a copy of the exterior drawing to register the patent and copyright. A few people chatted for a while, and a female receptionist informed, "Bosses, the actors are already in place. Do you want to start the interview now, actor here?" Lu Bai looked at his brothers. He said, "Let's get started." Chapter 44 confirmed. Transformers male lead, still a classmate. Following the notice from the front desk, the actors stepped forward to audition one by one. Every actor has expectations and ambitions, hoping to get the role he likes. Now that the company has grown and grown, there are more candidates, but it also means the time spent on this aspect has also become longer. Thank you for your performance. You go and call the next actor up, and then you can go back and wait for the announcement, Chen Renquin said gently. Good director. The young actor went down. Chen Renquin frowned and said in a low voice, "It feels normal." Hearing this, Lu Bai nodded calmly. I sat all morning and interviewed 7 or 8 people who were running for the starring role. None are satisfied. Either they don't understand the characters enough, or they have heavy performance traces, or they don't have a breath of life. Chapter 34. Or it is too handsome to fit the role. Positioning. How is the audition arranged? Lu Bai took a look at the list and asked casually. Try out male and female leading roles in the morning. The interview time slot will be staggered by an hour and a half. Try a supporting role in the afternoon, Chen Renquin replied. Lu Bai nodded, and roughly scanned the actor information list. The above is no longer limited to American actors, there are more actors from Qinzhou. Yes, Lu Bai has relaxed a lot about the appearance requirements of actors this time. It is no longer like Iron Man, who strictly follows the original script. The last time a large number of American actors were launched, the main reason was that they had no confidence and no cost of trial and error. Now it is even more bold, directly using young actors. There is no intention of looking for a traffic star at all. Of course, although the company has not been found, there are still many star companies who want to seek cooperation. There are countless people who are willing to bring capital into the group just to be able to appear in this movie, and even become famous. Since the establishment of Earth Films, the news of the recruitment of actors was released on the internet, which immediately detonated the showbiz circle. Who doesn't know now? This newly established company, not long ago, the hit sci-fi movie Iron Man was just taken off the shelves. Nowadays, it is also killing randomly on the film and television platform, and the number of on-demand videos is extremely high. It hasn't been long, and a new movie is about to start. Which actor can bear it? As the leading actors of Iron Man, Downey and Winnie exploded into popularity. Their legs were weak on the American red carpet, and the invitations kept coming. Who wouldn't be jealous if it wasn't for the release of Iron Man and missed the Oscars? Otherwise it would definitely be on the big list, and it would not be impossible to hit the actor. This kind of blockbuster is rarely seen at the Oscar Film Festival. Therefore, the young actors squeezed their heads and wanted a piece of the pie. Even if the name of the movie has not been announced, they are all distracted. I don't mind acting shy, as long as you can be famous and make money. It's nothing to bring money into the group, and some actresses are not self-respecting. And the interview resumes. They send include explicit content for such behavior. Literary and artistic youths like Chen Renquin couldn't get used to it at all. And they didn't give interview opportunities at all. Those who come to interview now are already part of the result, otherwise the numbers will be even more exaggerated. Hello directors. At this time, a young guy walked in. My name is Zaya. I'm from Qinzhou Film Academy, majoring in acting, and I'm about to graduate. The character I want to audition for is Sam. Please give me a chance. He had a stiff face, stood up straight, and didn't dare to glance at him randomly, but in verbal expression, try to relax as much as possible. He is now a senior and is about to graduate. I took plays in school, but they were all supporting roles. He also understands that he is not handsome, so it is difficult for him to become a movie and TV actor. But when he saw actor recruitment online, he naturally didn't want to miss the opportunity. But I also know that my own conditions are average, and I regret that I have been entangled all night. And finally, I can only give it a try and submit my resume. I didn't expect to pass the first test. Also met the director team. Iron Man. He brushed it several times. So cool. But these guys are so young. Seems like I've seen it somewhere. Zaya glanced at Lu Bai from the corner of her eye. Looking at this, it almost made him depressed. This man is too handsome. A proper urban hero. But he actually sat in the director's seat. Relax. Don't be nervous. Chen Rangwen looked at Zaya's resume with a warm face. This person is actually a junior. The intimacy in my heart has risen a lot. The script is on the table. You pick one and perform it. Adjust the time. Only 5 minutes, Lu Bai said. Expected something from him too. Zaya is neither tall nor white. The face is not clean either. It can be seen that it is not maintained at all, but it is also true. With a lot of breath of life, the whole person has an ugly and handsome temperament, which is not obvious, but it is 80.00% similar to the actors on Earth. This is what Lu Bai is most interested in. Okay, Zaya didn't dare to waste time, picked up the script and began to memorize it. Probably because of nervousness and desire, his brain became very active. It seems to have entered a certain state, and the speed of reading text is much faster than usual. Soon, he memorized the lines, but the directors didn't say the time was up. So he read it a few more times to deepen his memory. Physical condition has never been better. You can start acting. Chen Rangwen glanced at his watch and spoke. It is good. Zaya put down the script seriously. Understand the state of the protagonist at that time from the text and scenes. It can be seen that the protagonist Sam is in the classroom, selling the legacy of his great-great-grandfather to his classmates. The protagonist is introverted, not very good at talking, and is a transparent existence. In school I was somewhat nervous when I gave a speech on stage. Quickly, Zaya entered the play. He rubbed his hands and looked at the directors, as if he was looking at his classmates. A slightly bewildered opening. For the family history report, I'm going to tell you about my great-great-grandfather, the legendary Captain Archibald Witwicky, the famous explorer. The lines are not long, just to introduce the background and timeline of the film. Zaya's performance was very smooth and natural. Even Chen Rangwen couldn't see the traces of acting. Director Chen even suspected that Zaya was just playing herself, but it fits the role perfectly. Is this a bad thing? You go down first, Chen Rangwen said kindly with appreciation in his eyes. Zaya bowed, left the office, and closed the door gently. What do you think? Chen Rangwen asked with a smile. Lu Bai also nodded with a smile. The male lead. He's the one. Chapter 45. Han Moying wants to audition for a female lead. Are you kidding me? The selection of the leading actor went well, at least today. The important performance position has been resolved in another 10 minutes. It's time for the actresses' interviews. Senior brother Chen, sign Zaya to the company later. Seeing Zaya close the door and leave, Lu Bai said carefully on his resume, Zaya doesn't have a performing arts company yet, so he can sign such a good seed, and maybe there will be a second part in the future, so it will be easier to arrange the play. No problem. Chen Rangwen nodded. It's good to be able to take care of my juniors, of course. This has to be based on ability. If he knows nothing, he will not agree. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 35. Lu Bai got up and went to the bathroom to get some air. I saw actresses taking their seats one after another outside the door. Lu Bai, have you had lunch yet? At this time, Lu Bai received a message. It was from my acquaintance Han Moying. She was not polite, and said straight to the point, I want to treat you to dinner, and I don't know if you are free today. The script you told me last time, I have already written it according to your intention. By the way, I want you to take a look. Sunglasses. Lu Bai looked at the news. I remembered that I promised to help last time, but it took me a long time. It's time to keep the promise. I'm free at noon today. And I have a meeting to attend tonight. Is it convenient for you? Lu Bai didn't forget that he promised the Science and Technology Museum tonight that he would give a speech on the stage. By the way, we will announce the start of filming of Transformers. Accumulate social attention in advance, so that you can draw your favorite Bumblebee in the future. That's definitely convenient. It's my honor to have dinner with a great director. You don't seem to have a driver's license. Give me a place and I'll pick you up. Han Moing replied sassily. Lu Bai smiled wryly, but did not refuse. They have worked together for so many years. One is a screenwriter, the other is directing and acting, and the relationship is very close. Of course there is no need to be polite. After Lu Bai sent the location, he returned to the interview room and began to interview the female lead. Lu Bai's residence and company are both in the suburbs. Han Moing drove for nearly an hour before arriving at Earth Films. Is it here? Really impressive? But he didn't tell me. Afraid that I'd eat congratulatory wine. Han Moing looked at the two-story bungalow, which was modern and beautifully decorated. I didn't take it to heart. She knew that Lu Bai didn't like to be lively or showy, so she probably didn't hold any celebrations for the opening of the store. After closing the car door, Han Moing took off the sunglasses on the high bridge of her nose, and walked into the company openly. When you get started, you will be greeted by a young and beautiful female receptionist. When the female receptionist saw Han Moing approaching, she was amazed. Although she wore light makeup, she could see that her face was delicate and her skin was supple. Coupled with a tall height and graceful waist, the female receptionist was extremely envious when she saw it. Although wearing a winter down jacket, one can guess that there are full fruits hidden under it. This appearance is no worse than that of a first-line female star. She asked politely, "Miss, are you here for an audition?" Han Moing was slightly taken aback when she heard the words. After a pause of 2 seconds, he showed a hearty smile. "Yes, I'm sorry, am I late?" "No, there are a few women ahead of you waiting for an interview." The female receptionist smiled sweetly and said with a serious attitude, "Please show your resume. I need to check the information here." After hearing this, Han Moing smiled helplessly. "It's over, I can't continue acting." "Just kidding, I have an appointment with your boss." Han Moing stopped talking, and asked uncertainly, "Is Lu Bai your boss?" The female receptionist replied respectfully, "Yes, he is her chairman." "Excuse me, are you Ms. Han?" Han Moing nodded with a smile. "Yes, my name is Han Moing, and I'm a classmate with your boss. The chairman has explained it, and I will guide you right now," the female receptionist said sensibly, and then brought Han Moing into the interview room. "The chairman is inside, you can go in directly." After thanking Han Moing, she tapped on the door. Soon I heard "Come in." She recognized that it was Lu Bai's voice. She didn't hesitate. She gently opened the door and looked inside. Then I saw a long table and a couch. The actress stood behind the long table, holding the script in her hand and reading nervously. As a director, she naturally knew that this was in the preparation stage. It's just that her small crew is not so formal. "Hello, fellow seniors." "Hello student Lu, did I disturb you?" Han Moing said. "Hello, no. Welcome to Zuma Han." Several senior brothers welcome you politely. They had heard of Han Moing, a leader in the academy, outstanding talent, top ability, even writing, directing and acting by himself. Chen Rengwen and others of this level feel ashamed. Not to mention, Han Moing also proved her market potential. The Workplace movie that was released not long ago won 3,000 million box office in half a month, and the rate of return is amazing. The future is bright, and she hasn't graduated yet. I don't know how many brothers and sisters have been thrown away. If it wasn't for Lu Bai, we would probably still be taking small business orders, or even forget our ideals, and be reduced to making short videos of folk customs otherwise. How dare you call such a future boss a junior sister? Chen Rengwen on the other side, secretly ashamed. "Come in and sit down first. I guess it will take a while." Lu Bai invited. Han Moing nodded happily. She also wanted to see their criteria for selecting actors, but the senior brothers were not happy. "She's a talented girl, why don't you rush over to accompany her?" Chen Rengwen was anxious. "No matter what time it is, I am still thinking about work in the future. I will be single like my mother." Several brothers quickly dissuaded. "Go ahead if you have something to do, we are enough here." "That's right, junior brother Lu, if you're worried about the character, then we'll turn on the video and Prestige will send it to you. Don't let people put on beautiful makeup. Wait for a long time. Yeah, besides, if you handsome men and beautiful women are here, you will also put pressure on the actresses." The senior brothers booed with each other. Lu Bai was a little embarrassed when he heard that they must have gotten it wrong. There was no change on Han Moing's face, but a polite smile. "Okay, send me the video when the time comes." Lu Bai hesitated for a moment, then nodded. There's really no need to sit here instead. The actress held the script and was at a loss. Then I go. Chapter 46. Tea time for two. Lu Bai. Do you need investors? Lu Bai got into Han Moying's car and found a Western restaurant. Eat coffee, dessert. School will start in half a month. Time flies. Han Moying raised her slender long legs. Her body leaned forward slightly. Her elbows rested on the glass tabletop. Her cheeks were supported by her palms, and half of her body was propped up in a comfortable posture. Her eyes were peaceful and blurred. She stared blankly at the lawn and trees outside the glass window. Her vision was not in focus at all. She just felt so comfortable. As for the other hand, it was holding the spoon and gently stirring the strong coffee, hitting the wall of the cup from time to time, making a dull sound. Really, Lu Bai leaned back in the chair, relaxing his whole body. Since coming to Blue Star, he has been busy except for the post-production of Iron Man. The body can rest for a while, but the mind is still thinking about how to promote. He always felt that one of the brain and the body couldn't be idle. The start of school is the second semester of senior year, and there are no courses, almost only online courses. Do you plan to stay in the company and start a business in the future? Han Moying's pink lips parted slightly. Her eyes fell on Lu Bai, and she asked softly, this feeling of eating, drinking and chatting with good friends is really relaxing. It should be. I seem to only know this. Lu Bai frowned and thought for a moment. Then replied like this. Han Moying smiled lightly, lifted the handle of the cup, and poured the mellow coffee into her mouth. The taste was slightly bitter. After pursing her lips, she teased, but what you know has crushed most people in the world. I don't know if I will have a chance to catch up with you in the future. Chapter 36. Lu Bai also smiled. Why do you take me as a target? I am systematic. Earth is my art repository. Who dares to collide with the resources of a planet? Han Moying listened, but did not speak. Instead, he took out a notebook from his bag and handed it up expectantly. Master screenwriter, please read it over. Lu Bai took it suspiciously, and listened to Han Moying's introduction. After I chatted with you last time, I rewrote the outline and plot. Lu Bai looked at the script quietly. In the description of the script, the male and female protagonists are ordinary company employees, and they also met at a job later. The male protagonist learned a lot, coupled with his own abilities, found a good friend to start a business, and turned from a poor boy to a boss. Lu Bai saw more shadows of predecessor 3 from it, and expressed his deep satisfaction. Smart people really know everything. He has not forgotten that the previous 3 has a global box office of more than 20 billion. The current box office champion. Although people belittle the plot for not being grounded enough, it's too child's play for the male protagonist to lose love and go to spend time and wine. But everyone has a different way of living. But the collapse of feelings is the same, especially two people who clearly care about each other. Because of misunderstanding or emotion, they will forever miss the pain. It is hidden in the hearts of those who have lost love, and this movie is just inspired. That's why so many people broke their defenses and cried bitterly in the movie theater. Are they really crying for movie characters? No, the audience was just crying for themselves, and what they were crying was regret and remorse. Your version of the script is well written, but the emotions of the male and female protagonists, I don't think it needs to be vigorous. The tone of most people's lovelorn is calm and tortured in the heart. Misunderstandings run through all the time. The male and female protagonists are both regretful, but they all hope to get back together. But at the end of the story, the misunderstanding has become reality, completely tearing up the compound fantasy, and the emotions will be even more turbulent. Lu Bai recalled the vague plot, and he was telling a general story. However, there were still 2 sentences that made him deeply impressed and left a deep impression on him. One thought he wouldn't leave, and the other thought he would stay. The first stage after a woman breaks up in love is collapse. The second stage is rebirth. The first stage after a man breaks up in love is release. The second stage is aftertaste. Lu Bai broke away from his memory and raised his head subconsciously, only to see Han Moying holding his cheeks in both hands, leaning his elbows against the table, his eyes shining with joy, leaning forward and staring at him without blinking. Lu Bai felt a little guilty pretending to be calm. He said, I'm talking nonsense. It depends on your arrangement. Han Moying smiled silently, with a cheerful and comfortable smile. These suggestions made her suddenly enlightened. Very useful. It must be great to use in the film, as expected of me. I discovered such a talented screenwriter in my freshman year. I'm so good. But she was also a little curious. Why Lu Bai could come up with such a plot. He joked, how many times have you been in love? You seem to understand it very well. No, Lu Bai was embarrassed. It's a pity that in 2 lives I have never touched a girl's hand, but there are quite a lot of 2-dimensional wives. It's just that I'm too busy in Blue Star, and I don't have time to find a paper wife, but I think you understand it very well. Han Moing smiled even sweeter, but Lu Bai seemed to see that her smile seemed very satisfied. Han Moing ignored Lu Bai's suspicious eyes. Can't wait to get it out of my handbag. I took out a lightweight folding keyboard, connected the phone with Bluetooth, and started writing scripts. Lu Bai naturally had nothing to remind after all. He only vaguely remembered the scenes in the movie, so it was simply unrealistic for him to write down his lines, but he remembered a melody. So he hummed it casually. He also picked up his mobile phone to record and send it to Han Moing. What is this? Han Moing looked at the recording, quite curious. You find a professional music creator and see if you can write it down. Lu Bai lied without blushing. I can provide some lyrics, Ro. Han Moing didn't ask any further questions. He readily agreed. This is his trust in Lu Bai then. The two did not speak after a long time. The keyboard is still crackling. Lu Bai, what do you think the name of this play should be called? Han Moing pursed her lips, stared intently at the phone screen, and asked without raising her head, Goodbye X. Okay. Han Moing's eyes flashed with satisfaction. The name is very suitable. Seeing how serious she was, Lu Bai asked casually, have you found an investor? These words made Han Moing pause for code word frequency. According to the high return rate brought by her last video, if there is a new script, there will definitely be a lot of capital willing to invest money. But she narrowed her eyes, raised her eyebrows at Lu Bai, and said jokingly, not yet, Boss Lu. Do you want to support a good student who is striving for his dream? In the next second, when she realized that she raised her eyebrows, her face instantly became hot. I feel like I've let go too much. Very inappropriate. But Lu Bai didn't notice. Instead, he nodded seriously. No problem. Han Moing sneaked a glance at Lu Bai, and was relieved to find that he had been staring at the script but there seemed to be an unpleasant feeling circulating in her heart inexplicably as a result. The strength of her typing on the keyboard was much crisper. She didn't know why she was sulking. Instead, Lu Bai put down the script and thought about tonight's science and technology exhibition. What the hell to say after all? Real Iron Man. It will be announced to the world tonight. P.S. The next chapter will return to the rhythm of Shuangwan. Chapter 47. Li Pingyan is confused. Iron Man is alive. What, are you kidding? When Lu Bai and Han Moing were in the coffee shop, there has already been a carnival on the internet. I saw Iron Man. Damn it, what a look. It's too much. At first I thought it would be made of plastic or foam, but I didn't expect it to be made of metal. A lot of people are here for Iron Man. It's too fanatical. It's really a one-to-one restoration. It's even more real than the movie. Inside the Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum, there was a huge crowd. There are many booths with various technological products. There are humanoid exoskeletons, intelligent machines in the form of spiders, and handstand hair washing machines. It can be said that it has brought together cutting-edge talents, as well as folk inventors and student teams. But the most striking, it's still the middle of the booth. There stood a tall and hard mech, with the cold luster all over its body, and ribbons wrapped around it, isolating people from contact. But even so, it is still surrounded by enthusiastic people. Everyone took a camera and mobile phone, took a crazy selfie with it, and sent it to Moments, attracting countless likes and envy. Some even broadcast live, gaining a lot of popularity. In such a comparison, the other booths looked much shabby. Chapter 37. This extremely contrasting situation naturally aroused the dissatisfaction of technology companies in the technology group. There is already an impatient voice. To be honest, I'm disappointed in the situation. Using Iron Man to drive traffic, it's a good thing they figured it out. It was supposed to be a purely technological exhibition, but I actually wanted to laugh at using a figure to cover the cards. I had already anticipated this situation when I received the news last night. Science is a rigorous and serious matter, but now it has become like a fan circle, and the taste has changed. It's a good mascot. It would be better without it. There is disdain in the group. There are also serious discussions. I have to say that Iron Man's exterior design is really good. I haven't seen the movie, but I saw the mecha in the hall. The smoothness of the lines and the sense of design simply subverted my imagination. That's right, I have carefully observed the joints of the mecha, and there is not even a single gap. I can't understand it. My feelings are different from yours. I went to the theater to watch the movie. I have always believed that human-shaped intelligent machines have great limitations, and Iron Man will only exist in fantasy. There were discussions in the group, but what they can't deny is that the number of people going to their booth is countless times more than before. In addition, the exhibition was so vigorous that the news media came to report it. Exposure is really high. There are already a lot of capital who have called and expressed their intention to make further contact. This is a happy situation, but companies still feel as uncomfortable as eating flies. No matter how you look at it, it is not high-end and atmospheric. It doesn't fit the personality of their business elites at all, like slaughtering pigs in a slaughterhouse. Too loud and annoying, but I can't go. Traffic is an urgent need for the company. Once you leave, there will be no meat left. Wanting to leave and wanting to leave is the most uncomfortable thing. I'm sorry, it's already closing time. All visitors are requested to leave in an orderly manner. This excitement lasted from morning to evening. Before closing time, the tourists emptied in an instant, and the entire Science and Technology Museum was silent, which was quite uncomfortable. But on the second floor, there were quite a few people sitting. These are representatives of various technology companies, folk inventors, and student teams. This is also the part that gets the most attention. One new technology after another will amaze the world on this podium. It can even lead the development of future technology. There is no one who does not feel anticipation. This is a carnival in the field of science, and Lu Bai, after saying goodbye to Hanoi, received a call from the Science and Technology Museum. Director Lu, I'm Zio Lee from the staff. Our manager likes your Iron Man very much, and is also a fan of your movie. He wants you to come on stage and speak on the making of Iron Man as a representative of folk inventors. Look, is it convenient to come here? Hearing this, Lu Bai looked at the dark night sky, wrapped his collar around his collar, and exhaled white hot air. I'm not going. Iron Man will pass on my words. Hang up the phone. Li Pinggan felt baffled. What is he saying? Question mark. Li Pinggan put away his mobile phone and subconsciously looked at the mech in the center of the booth behind him. Was shocked to see the square eye sockets glowed with a cold blue and white light, and there seemed to be countless intense energies boiling under that chest. This moment, Li Pinggan was in a trance. For a moment he seemed think Iron Man really comes alive. Chapter 48. The designer didn't come. It's okay. We have invited Iron Man himself. That night, the speech event was held as scheduled. This form, mainly for convenience between enterprises, talked to explain new technologies and ideas of products. It can broaden horizons for civilian scientists or student teams as a semi-official exhibition. The whole process is recorded and broadcasted. Those who can be seated are all related personnel. This year's Science and Technology exhibition can be held smoothly, thanks to the concerted efforts of everyone. It is also because of you that the Science and Technology exhibition can be better and better, and have a more positive effect on more young people. The curator stood on the stage with a smile on his face, talking about the scene. Manager Wang, dressed in a suit, was full of pride, waiting to be handed over to the curator and become the host of the event. But at this moment, an untimely voice, it sounded beside Manager Wang. Manager, something unexpected happened. Li Pinggan looked in a trance, and whispered with a guilty conscience. Manager Wang frowned. What is it? It's all at this juncture. Is this going to drop the chain? Li Pinggan said calmly. Director Lu is not coming. Manager Wang nodded calmly. This is not surprising. I didn't have much hope. He thought that the new director, who is in full swing, would come to meddle in the affairs of the technology circle. It would be best if he could be invited. Let him start the show, and get a wave of enthusiasm. If you don't come, just skip this one, and don't waste a few minutes. Understood? Manager Wang put the matter behind him. Adjust the collar of the suit, adjust the smile, and prepare for the handover on stage. But Li Pinggan hesitated and struggled. This really annoyed Manager Wang. If you have anything to say, finish it in one breath. Are you looking for scolding? Manager Wang glared, and turned around and reprimanded him. But the next moment, his face was suddenly dull. I saw behind my subordinate Li Pinggan, standing a tall figure, exuding a cold light. What made Manager Wang even more terrified was that Iron Man was still looking down at himself. This moment, he was taken aback and wanted to run away, but years of self-cultivation prevented him from moving, and he stood there pretending to be calm. Serious question, what's going on? Li Pinggan heard the manager's dissatisfaction, and felt very guilty. Director Lu said that he couldn't come if something happened, but I also said, let Iron Man replace him and speak on stage. Manager Wang has a black question mark face. He was on the verge of yelling, what the hell is this? Let an iron skin speak on stage? Who is fooling? Coupled with AI intelligence, although it can speak, it has no thinking at all. Let it go gibberish. But soon, Manager Wang wakes up. Yup. Chapter 38. As a director, Lu Bai is not an employee of a technology company, but he can make large machines. It can even make Iron Man walk and talk, which subverts imagination. To know, the Iron Man discussed on the internet only stays in the model situation. Once Iron Man speaks on stage, it will definitely break everyone's imagination, full of gimmicks, and so why not have Iron Man on stage for a few minutes? Plus, this is just a recording. Even if you say something bad, you can still cut it, leave a few good words, cut them into short videos and post them online, and it will attract a lot of attention. I'm okay thinking of this. Manager Wang was radiant and readily agreed. Li Pinggan breathed a sigh of relief. I just wanted to call Lu Bai to report the situation. A masculine male voice came from behind. Thank you, sir. Li Pinggan, Manager Wang. Manager Wang was puzzled for a second. The curator on the stage had finished speaking, so he had no choice but to take the stage to hand over. Manager Wang picked up the microphone, cleared my throat, seriously said, "We have always hoped to understand the design ideas of Iron Man, but unfortunately, we couldn't invite the creator of Iron Man, but we invited Iron Man himself." Off stage, all faces are confused. There was an uproar. Chapter 49. The creator of Iron Man is the deepest hidden tech boss in this field. Everyone sitting in the audience, when I heard that Iron Man was going to be on stage, my first reaction was that it was impossible, but soon, everyone also reacted, and their interest faded. Evaluated in my heart. At first I thought it was Iron Man in the movie, but it turned out to be a large figure downstairs. It's probably another means of traffic promotion. It turns out that I was thinking about it. The host's speech skills are good, but the concept is confusing, which really surprised me. What happened today? When I heard about Iron Man, I reacted with stress. Let the mascot speak on stage. It's probably like playing a recording. Everyone calmed down quickly, without whispering, and seemed to be of high quality. Although technological enterprise talents, I am very disgusted with Iron Man's sensational stuff, but I won't say it in person. After all, it has been baptized by the crowds during the day. All teams have enjoyed the dividends of traffic compared with the empty booth before. It is indeed much fuller. Gained reputation and willingness to invest. Increased social influence. In fact, everyone agrees with the design of Iron Man, and Iron Man is also in line with the purpose of the Qinzhou Science and Technology Exhibition to invite folk inventors. But they didn't expect the popularity to be so high. It's very unbalanced. The curator stepped off the podium. Triumphantly, he has already figured out the psychology of those technical elites. But at this moment, a huge mecha walked towards him. But it's weird, even though such a heavy mecha is covered with metallic luster, it walks silently. His eyes are lost. I can't help but doubt at this moment, is there something wrong with my ears? This impossible. The curator was stunned, even if he has many years of experience in the industry and social experience. I have never heard of any technology that can weld the joints of the mecha so seamlessly. What's even more exaggerated is that such a terrifying shock absorption effect must be made to walk silently. The curator is over 50 years old and has gray hair but not deaf. The manager on the stage is still talking, but he was like this, watching Iron Man walk by, and then stepped onto the podium. This moment, he didn't even know whether he should leave or not. Let's applaud Iron Man's debut. On the field, the manager in a suit and leather shoes said loudly. Then Iron Man walked up to the podium in an unremarkable manner. I don't know if it was the manager's illusion, but he always felt that the countertop seemed to be sinking. Clap, clap, clap. There was flat applause from the audience, applauding the scene, but everyone smiled confidently. Seems to see through everything. Oh, it actually came up. A staff member has been hired. I guess it's Director Lu. A little Easter egg for fans. It's so boring. I'm actually a little disappointed. I thought it would be brought up by someone, and then a recording will be played, but there are also people with fierce eyes. He leaned over and realized something was wrong. It's hard for me to understand why this mecha fits so well to a person's body shape. This battle suit looks like an adult male, but how can a man wear it? Could it be remote control? Remote control? Are you kidding me? I don't know about the military, but Blue Star's private company can't do this at all. Those present are all talents related to science and technology. Even folk inventors are masters in craftsmanship and creativity. Of course they know, humanoid machines are the most difficult to maintain self-balance among various machines. It is the most difficult to realize, therefore, the products of some machinery companies are designed mainly in the form of animals, such as spiders, cats and dogs, or reptiles. There are even rollers installed to facilitate mechanical walking on complex terrain. The current humanoid machines are still doing simple actions such as walking, squatting, and turning around. It can be seen that the difficulty of humanoid machinery is great, but Iron Man in front of him walked up the elevator naturally and smoothly. That's all they have to make them suspect that someone is wearing a battle suit, but this can't be explained. Is the metal texture of this mecha, a normal adult can wear it. What made their eyes even darker was that Iron Man actually took over the microphone from the host. This small detail blew some people's minds away. Seeing great achievements from small things, it takes a terrifying amount of wrist, fingers, and limbs to make such flexible moves, since it is not manipulable and difficult to put on. Then what kind of technology can achieve such a situation? A few technical bigwigs raised strong questions in their hearts, but what drove them crazy the most was that no one could answer their questions. This feeling like a stick in their throats made them itchy, and they scratched their ears and cheeks. I'm so curious, maybe we were wrong. The creator of Iron Man is the real hidden boss. Chapter 39. This level of running in, I have never heard of it. What are you talking about? Didn't you say before that this is a mascot? Someone asked in confusion when they heard the muttering. Go. Can your mascot have the same technology as aliens? Some people looked around and saw only joking expressions on people's faces. In the end, he closed his eyes in pain. Unfortunately, there are not many people who discovered this detail. Most people are having fun, and arrogance is the worst enemy of scientific understanding. It's over, we're going to be the foil. When some technocrats wailed, in the villa area hundreds of miles away, Lu Bai was already sitting on the sofa, manipulating Iron Man to pick up a microphone he is going to give Blue Star a little earth shock. Chapter 50. Taking the plot of the movie as reality. Do you think everyone is stupid? Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum. The second floor is full of scientific and technological talents. They gathered here because they were very interested in tonight's technical exchange. Every year at this time, you can learn about the new technological breakthroughs of other friends. It is also an early investment in the future, but the first guest at the opening was a large figure, which made people less interested. I think 2 minutes is fine. Don't take up too much of everyone's time. It's already the academic exchange session. And let this thing go on stage? Can't scientific research return to purity? There is something wrong with the exhibitor. Someone is dissatisfied, and this is what most people think. Although the mech looks handsome, it is not useful. Don't waste everyone's time. Good evening, everyone. A young man's voice came from the microphone. That's right, it was Lu Bai's voice. It was also the first time for him to express his voice to the outside world through the carrier of Iron Man. It's just a simple hello, but it made some people frown slightly. It doesn't look like a pre-recorded voice, does it? The voice is very real. It should be someone wearing a mecha. No, I still prefer to play the recording. I can't imagine. This mech looks airtight. Can someone really wear it? There was a lot of discussion in the seats. Some are uncertain about the situation. However, the big boss with discerning eyes has seen part of the truth. The sound is not distorted at all. Is this a remote call? Could it be that this iron lump is in charge of a large signal receiving station? It's more appropriate than a mobile phone. The sound quality is awesome. I'm even more curious. Is there a creator behind this sound? I can no longer understand how much technology is in it. Several bigwigs were in a good mood. Curious again. This answer is too important and too attractive. If I don't get an answer, I probably won't sleep well tonight. I know people don't like to hear nonsense, and neither do I, so I'll make a long story short. Iron Man issued Lu Bai's voice, stood at the forefront of the stage, and narrowed the distance between him and the audience. The metal cold light emanating from that body looks so smooth that it makes people want to touch it. First, design ideas. Iron Man raised an index finger and said, a streamlined design is adopted to reduce the area exposed to wind and reduce wind resistance during flight. Puff. At this time, there were a few suppressed laughter from the audience. Seems amused by something. A young man laughed even more incessantly, but he was glared at by the boss of the company. If you don't want to hear it, let me out. The young man stopped laughing, but also dissatisfied. This is really funny. Let's talk about the movie situation here. Isn't it enough clowns? But thinking that the boss might feel impolite and lose the face of the company, he had no choice but to shut up and cooperate. But how did he know? This is a bald boss who hates iron but not steel. Cursing secretly in my heart. Disturb me in class. You know a hammer technique. Go back. I will drive you away. Lu Bai ignored the small movements in the audience. Instead, raise a second finger. Second, the fuselage material. The whole body is made of the gold titanium alloy material of the tactical satellite, which is extremely strong, and the gill pattern design makes it easier to make more ergonomic movements. But in order to avoid friction between the human body and the body, lubrication and cushioning will be introduced. That is the third point, the energy of the mini arc. While Lu Bai was talking eloquently, some people couldn't listen anymore. A man wearing glasses patted the table and said righteously, enough. Stop talking. You treat the movie as reality. Do you think everyone is stupid? Don't waste everyone's time. Step down. A word stirred up a thousand waves moment. It drew countless echoing applause from the audience. Boosts. Happy Valentine's Day on February 2nd. Today's 14 update. Chapter 51. Replicating Iron Man in reality. This is the romance that technology geeks pursue all their lives. People don't keep being gentlemen anymore. They all booed and booed. Yes, step down. Stop talking nonsense. If you just talk about inspiration and design, I can still hear a few words. If you talk about it, don't blame us for not giving face. Originally, I liked Iron Man quite a lot, but I think it's disrespectful for you to talk about these sci-fi content on the stage of scientific exchange. Is it because the reality and the movie are not clear? Do you still want all of us to cooperate with you in the performance? If you are supplementing the setting of the movie, I suggest you post on Weibo. The crowd was agitated and discontented. There were also jokers on their faces, waiting to see the joke. This time they didn't even pretend, and just slapped them in the face. It doesn't matter if we talk about movies elsewhere, but if you come to this place of academic exchanges and cheat, do you still need others to give you face? Now, most of the people present thought that they were cracking down on fakes and spoke up for justice. The more the words are spoken, the more difficult it is to hear. On the contrary, those real bosses had tense faces and burning eyes. They don't care about these rhythms at all. There is no attempt to clear up the gossip either. In contrast, they like to see people question Iron Man, so that it helps to unearth a real secret. Compared with the calmness of tech giants, Manager Wang, however, felt restless and restless. What the hell is going on here? How did you make it like this? The noisy crowd made Manager Wang feel ashamed, also a little overwhelmed. Chapter 40. He was extremely anxious, and when he was about to go on stage to save him, Iron Man, who was silent for a moment on the stage, finally spoke. But upon hearing the words, Manager Wang shook his head and sighed. But his stride up the stairs, but back again. Everyone is outraged, and you still say these things. It's really easy to cause trouble. Lu Bai sat at home, through the perspective of Iron Man. Seeing the reactions of people off the court is also not too slow, he said to himself. Third, the energy of the arc. It not only provides comprehensive protection for the human body, but also provides a source of power for the mech suit. For example, flying in the air. Ha ha ha, die laughing. Now, people no longer hide it, eyes full of sarcasm. An expression of looking at a clown. What's more, he just laughed out loud. So boring. Let's go. It's boring. Academic exchanges, adding traffic, have changed. I won't come here in the future, because I'm afraid I'll admit to the wrong manga booth. Someone shook his head helplessly, stood up and was about to leave, but as soon as their ass leaves the seat, next second, I heard the uproar erupting from the audience. Fuck, what's the situation? Am I dazzled? Impossible. I do not believe. What's the matter? What are you doing? Are you in diarrhea? Those who wanted to leave with regret, had just left their buttocks off the stool, but heard the restless movement behind them immediately, very puzzled. We are leaving. Is there a need for such a big reaction? How tragic it is. They looked back in confusion. It didn't matter if they didn't look at it. Their hearts almost exploded when they saw it. Facial expressions melt instantly. At this moment, I couldn't believe what I saw. Who would dare to believe this? On that stage, Iron Man's feet exploded with surging energy, sent the entire mecha into the air, completely overturned everyone's cognition. Their legs that were about to walk couldn't move at all, for example fly in the air. After Lu Bai said this, he also knew that if he didn't do something, it would be difficult to dispel their doubts, so he controlled Iron Man to fly into the air and showed a short section, but just such a display. It directly deprived everyone on the field of their vocal cords. Quiet, dead. The audience was stunned. My mind is blank. I don't know what kind of shock is erupting in it. Only the real bosses. I have discovered the clues a long time ago, and I have a little psychological preparation, but when they really saw Iron Man taking off before their eyes, the heart is still beating wildly, and the face is crazy. What are you doing? Really fly? That stable lift off. Just by this point, beat all the technology. Tech giants brainstorm with their knowledge. The only thing that can take off stably in the private sector is drones, but as Iron Man is in human form, in addition, the weight varies greatly. And the difficulty is unimaginably terrifying. They can't help but suspect, does the man who created Iron Man really want to reproduce Iron Man in reality? This radical idea hit their ribs thoroughly. This is the romance that they geeks want to pursue all their lives. The author of Iron Man is Lu Bai. Right, this is the real tech boss. I blow up. Chapter 52. The question from the tech boss stunned the audience. We don't understand this question. The audience was dead silent. This situation left Lu Bai at a loss. He didn't expect it. Simply vacating into the air would provoke such an extreme reaction. This gave him a deeper understanding of Blue Star's technology, maybe just a level or two above Earth in terms of technology. As for the core field of controllable nuclear fusion, it is still untouched. This discovery, it also allowed Lu Bai to speak more conservatively about his later abilities. The weapon system is now designated not to be exposed. Lu Bai thought so. This kind of automation, precise concealment, and high lethality is too terrifying. It is no exaggeration to say that it is a humanoid killer. Once exposed, there will definitely be a lot of them, as it is not impossible to attract the attention of the Blue Star military, so there seems to be not much to talk about. Fourth, de-icing capability. Lu Bai hesitated for a moment, landed on the ground, and said, as we all know, the original intention of Iron Man's design is to restore the scenes in the movie, so we added a de-icing effect based on the movie, so that you can move freely even in a cold environment. Then, Iron Man spread his right hand. It's over. That's it. Lu Bai felt that this was enough. The ability to fly is actually easy to explain. Many technology companies are equipped with such capabilities. It's just that the technical conditions are not mature enough for the folks to maintain the flight stability of large objects. Otherwise they wouldn't be so surprised as for Iron Man's smooth ascension into the air. The source of power is not so easy to explain, and it doesn't make sense, of course. This is the core secret of the company. Why must it be explained? Played dead and it's over. But Lu Bai still learned his lesson. The next time there is such an event, it has to be a little more secure. Sharing happiness is a good thing, but if it is too high profile, there will be trouble. We still have to establish a technology company, otherwise the source of the current Iron Man and the future Transformers is hard to explain. It's okay if no one pursues it. I'm afraid something really went wrong. It's the right way to plan ahead. Lu Bai sighed in his heart. I know that I must establish a technology company, and do scientific research in a decent manner. At least there will be an excuse in the future. Otherwise it will be easy to cheat. Even if the system is giving Lu Bai the first fund for filming, it's all from bonds and the stock market, and the sources are legal and traceable. He has to pay more attention to himself. Hello, I want to ask a question. Just when Iron Man, Lu Bai, was in a daze, someone in the audience raised his hand and stood up. His face was flushed, as if he was suppressing his excitement. As soon as he stood up, he immediately attracted people's attention. Chapter 41. Suddenly there was commotion in the crowd. There is a lot of discussion. My God, isn't this the technical leader of general technology? This is my idol. When I was in school, he served as an external lecturer and gave me lectures. He is a real expert in unmanned flight. I didn't expect that he was also at this meeting. The identity of the bald head has attracted the attention and shock of countless people. There was an uproar all around, but all the eyes and energy of this bald man only stayed on the exquisite battlesuit on the stage. It seems that is the most worth pursuing existence in life. She is as beautiful as Yellen, full of strength. He even asked in a pleading tone, "Can I ask a question? Just ask one." His words refocused everyone's attention on Iron Man. This moment, no matter how dull everyone is, also noticed something wrong. Even such a top technology boss is so humble. There must be many things that they haven't noticed. Moment, everyone seems to have woken up a lot, inexplicably hating himself for being short-sighted. He also adjusted his mentality and cast his longing eyes on the center of the stage. Lu Bai was hesitating, even struggling, but the bald man didn't wait for Lu Bai to refuse. He immediately asked the question in his heart. This time, Lu Bai instantly understood how to answer. In Iron Man, is there someone or nobody? The bald man asked eagerly. This is also the question of some bigwigs. Their eyesight is sharp, but they can't come up with a correct answer, and their hearts are itchy. Now, there is an opportunity to ask questions. The bosses are extremely excited and eager, and this question, but the rest of the technical personnel were collectively dumbfounded. The boss is so serious, just to ask this question. What is the principle of this? Why can't I understand? Waiting online. Very urgent. Chapter 53. The fearful Li Pinggan. Does he have his own answer? There was a sensation in the audience, and there was an uproar. It's not that this question is so unexpected, but it's too common. What a problem. Everyone was dumbfounded, and no one understood the intention at all. Discussed in whispers. Is this question important? There are people and nobody. Isn't it just a choice between the two? Isn't it the source of flight power that is more valuable for research? Big Brother's thinking. What are you thinking? I really don't understand. The technicians are confused, incomprehensible, even confusing, but there seemed to be countless lice crawling on their bodies, which made them feel uncomfortable, but they couldn't find any. It seems that something is blocking their further cognition. It's also the gap between them and the tech giants. They won't know what this means to the big guys. That's a good question. It hits the nail on the head, as expected of the leader of general technology. The sense of smell is still so keen. I wanted to get up and ask, but I didn't expect him to take the lead. I don't know what the answer will be. I'm really looking forward to it. The heartbeats of the bosses accelerated, and their breathing became weaker. Be extremely focused, afraid of missing any important answers. They understand. As long as you know whether there is someone or no one, The amount of information is enough. This means the direction of future research development. It is also the guiding light of the company, and its importance is self-evident, perhaps. They guessed something but still dare not draw conclusions lightly, regardless of whether there are people in the battlesuit. It is a level of advanced technology that they cannot understand, assuming there are people inside. This Iron Man's limbs cannot be so flexible. The degree of running in of the joints is simply a fantasy. Even if there was an explanation just now, it was said that it was the buffer brought by the energy of the arc. But here comes the question again. What is the energy of the arc? Controlled nuclear fusion, or some incomprehensible technology? And where do these come from? Assuming no one is inside, the actions made by Iron Man on this stage are even more weird. They can't imagine how many years this technology is ahead of today's technology. Therefore, this is what they desperately want to know, although no matter which one, it is beyond their cognition. Lu Bai nodded. It was a response to the other party's inquiry, expressing that he had heard it. He is at this moment also understand the meaning of this question. Therefore, he simply replied, no comment. Take a guess. In this way, I can have more time to fool the outside world. Just don't give an answer. I can't be wrong. Lu Bai smiled silently, looking at the commotion of the technicians in the audience. He felt even more at ease. In fact, for Lu Bai, this question is rather meaningless because with the cooperation of the system, Iron Man can already wear it, or remotely control it. So no matter which one they guessed, it is correct as long as they dare to guess and do it. Therefore, why did Lu Bai have to decide on their research direction? Isn't it good for 100 flowers to bloom? Under Lu Bai's control, Iron Man put down the microphone and turned to leave. This part is over. There is no need to take up everyone's time. Finally, led by Li Pingyan in fear, he came to the booth on the first floor of the empty and deserted Science and Technology Museum. Again he heard it. This is Director Lu Bai's voice. He has made several phone calls, and he will definitely not admit his mistake. And Li Pingyan has his own answer. There is no one in this mech, and remote control, wireless call, manipulator. It's the director Lu Bai. Chapter 54. The production team is well prepared, and the filming of Transformers officially starts. Li Pingyan thinks he has discovered the truth. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 42. While full of excitement, he was also more cautious. After a moment of careful consideration, seriously suggested, Lu, Mr. Iron Man, I don't think this booth is safe enough. Would you like to put on a glass cover? Using ribbons to isolate can only require the viewers to be of high moral quality, but using glass, there is no need to worry about this. Lu Bai listened and smiled regarding his suggestion. There is no opinion. Yes, go and buy the glass cover, and I will reimburse you. Li Pingyan was also happy from the bottom of his heart when he heard that Lu Bai did not refute. Immediately replied, no. This is the obligation we exhibitors should fulfill, and we all have budgets for this. So you don't need to spend it. The matter was settled quickly. Li Pingyan ordered the Qinzhou glass that night, delivered it overnight, and covered Iron Man. Cut off other people's touch and study. At this time, the academic exchange meeting ended, and the technicians left with them. As for those bosses, they returned to the first floor, eagerly want to see Iron Man up close, but when they saw the thick glass cover, also full of despair, Li Pingyan said seriously, unfortunately, without permission, we cannot open the cover and touch Iron Man. Mr. Lu Bai reserves the right to pursue legal responsibility, and we are helpless. This is private property, and it is a new technological product. There are guards stationed at night to ensure the safety of technological products. Even employees of various technology companies have to stay here to watch the night. For this result, they are powerless and deeply regretful. No, we are also part of the exhibitor, so we can watch the night here. A big guy discovered the blind spot and suddenly realized this sentence also reminded others. They all woke up. Yes, even if I can't touch it, can I still not see it? I'll watch it up close tonight. No one can pull me away. Study together, study together. Several bigwigs had a whim. After moving a chair, he decided to spend the night here. This kind of scientific research spirit deeply admired Li Pingyan. Their followers also looked at each other in blank dismay, not daring to speak. In the early morning, the moon and stars are sparse on the street. It was extremely deserted on the first floor of the Science and Technology Museum. From time to time, there were fierce quarrels. The smoothness of the fuselage, the gaps are so close. I guess this battlesuit is definitely not for people to wear. Fart, it's not for people to wear. There's no need to design it in human form. Then how do you refute? This mecha has been standing in the hood since last night. It doesn't move now, but it doesn't mean that no one wore it last night. It's just that after the speech, he took off his battle suit and left. Crap, such a conversation, countless times in one night, just like children discussing which hero is better. The debate is endless. Those technicians were dumbfounded faced with such a field. They know that it is better to keep their mouths shut and not to speak out. Also from now on, they no longer dare to criticize Iron Man, otherwise, you will be scolded head-on and face-to-face. You really don't save any face. It's as if Iron Man is their parents, and they don't want others to say something bad. The next day the exhibition is still popular, with a large number of visitors, and it has become a new check-in point for internet celebrities. The exhibitors received a lot of ticket fees, and their mouths burst into laughter as for Lu Bai not to mention Iron Man. If someone touches the mecha, Iron Man will warn himself. Don't worry. On the company side, all the actors have also been confirmed, and the mood is uplifted. Junior brother Lu, the preparations for the crew are complete, and the filming of Transformers can officially begin. Listening to Chen Renquin's words, Lu Bai sat up from the bed and smiled reassuringly. Waited so long, this day has finally come. Chapter 55. Ziyang, it's broken. Dogs are better at acting than me. Lu Bai received the power-on message after washing up. He quickly rushed to the shooting scene. Why is it fast? Because the shooting location was near Lu Bai's company. This is the residence of the protagonist, which has been determined long ago. All departments report the situation. Chen Renquin sat in front of the monitor, picked up the loudspeaker and shouted, "The actors are in place, the prop group is in place, the radio is in place." Then, a clapperboard appeared in front of the camera. It reads Transformers scene, level. With a click, the shooting officially started. Lu Bai sat aside, watching the progress of the filming without saying a word. Yes, there is no opening ceremony. Lu Bai didn't intend to play tricks at all for other film and television crews. The purpose of the opening ceremony is to have a good start and auspiciousness on the other side of the Earth port city. The opening ceremony also includes serious content such as killing pigs' heads, exorcising evil spirits and avoiding ghosts, which can be described as very complicated. Therefore, for Lu Bai, it was very simple. With Iron Man around, are you still afraid of being sneaky? The gods have come, and they are all smashed. When the various departments reported the situation, the cameras also started working. This one, it's about the main character, Sam, the scene where he followed his father to the second-hand car market, bought a dilapidated car and returned home. The plot mainly expresses that the protagonist wants to fall in love, and then the relics of the great-great-grandfather cannot be sold, etc. It can be said to be very concise, 2 minutes, revealing a lot of content and foreshadowing. First of all, the camera first captures the picture of the dog. The puppy had injured its front leg and was wearing a plaster cast, sleeping on a chair at this time. Zaya's voice came from outside the screen, "Moji, I have a car, and now I need a girlfriend." The dog woke up with a start, then got up from the chair and jumped to the ground. But it's such a simple picture, but many times, wang wang wang, dogs can't understand human words, and they can't cooperate, which leads to a lot of reshoots. Zaya is responsible for the voiceover. As the number of increases, inevitably, I started to get nervous. Even if the reason for the reshoot was not as, it was still affected. And the pressure gradually increased. Even with self-comfort and resolution, it is difficult to break free. He is only a senior and has not yet graduated, but he became the leading actor in a movie with an investment of hundreds of millions. Who would believe it? Even Zayat himself felt like he was dreaming. He even dared not tell anyone he knew that the filming started today. He has been worrying in his heart, will he not perform well enough on the shooting scene, and then be disgusted by the investors and directors, and then temporarily change actors? Okay, the story of the dog is over. Chapter 43. Zaya, get ready, it's your turn to play. Chen Renquin still exists as an assistant director, holding a trumpet to arrange the advancement of the plot. As a junior, Lu Bai still doesn't miss the opportunity to learn. I am also curious, when will I be fully mature and able to export a film independently? Soon. He shook his head. He asked someone to take over the filming just to be the hands-off shopkeeper. Why are you still looking for something to do for yourself? Okay, here we come. Just as Lu Bai was laughing at himself, Ziyang entered the stage with a tense face. Upon hearing the summons, he doesn't know why, extremely nervous and scared at this moment. It seems to be a balloon, with too much gas inexplicably added. And it is already a bit uncontrollable. Zaya's head went blank, and she walked into the camera stiffly. Forgetting what she was going to do, he looked at the dog on the ground, and stroked it out of nowhere. Chapter 56. Earth Films adds another general. Sam is stupid. Second-hand cars are also stolen. Crack. Chen Rengwen couldn't stand it any longer, and stopped directly. What are you doing, actor? Just walk into the camera so stupidly. This one doesn't seem to be difficult, does it? It's nothing more than walking into the screen, putting down the car keys, and sitting in front of the computer to browse the pages. Did you do such a simple thing right? Chen Rengwen spoke very aggressively. It's not his fault either. It is true that the actors are too outrageous. Such a simple process, but none of them did it. I have to wonder if the other party has read the script seriously. Yes, sorry. Zaire was ashamed and couldn't even refute. I just felt my heart beating faster and it was hard to breathe. It's over. Fucked up. Dogs are better than me. He looked flustered, and he didn't dare to look down at the director. Lu Bai was also observing Zaire. Then he said, "We've been filming for half an hour, everyone. Let's take a break first, drink some water, or go to the bathroom." Actors also adjust their emotions. Lu Bai saw that the other party was not in good condition, but I don't know how to comfort others to be effective, and I have no experience in acting, so instead of doing useless work, it would be more effective to give the actors time to rest and relax for a while. Thanks saved. Zaire was inexplicably relieved when he heard that I apologized to everyone and bow. He hurried to the bathroom to turn on the faucet and rubbed his face hard. Hoo. It was his first time acting in such a big play, and his nerves were too tense. But with the cold water rushing to my face, no matter how bad the mental state is, it can rebuild new life under the cold of winter. The trembling of the body seemed to be able to shake the chaotic brain. Only then did he regret the mistakes he had made. Disappointed? No big deal. After filming this scene, I will be able to sign with Earth Films, and I will be able to make a fortune in the future. Take your chance, buddy. Zaya looked at herself in the mirror and comforted her. I understand filming, but if I can't do it, I'll get out. Very realistic. He naturally understands you can only force yourself to be calm, and the future within reach is also a good medicine to dispel tension. Zaya is glad that she bravely submitted her resume and got the qualification to play the leading role. This moment, he was completely relaxed, and his mood was extremely peaceful. Waiting for the shooting time. Are the actors in place? It's ready to start. The crew came calling, and after Zaya answered, she immediately came to the camera position and got ready. Transformers, scene, start. The clapperboard strikes. Zaya walked into the frame with his back to the camera. I saw him walking towards the shelf, put the car keys away, pull out the chair and sit in front of the computer desk, hit the keyboard, looking at the second-hand website. The whole action is done in one go. His eyes were longing and he murmured, "You need money to have a girlfriend." But he saw the old things he put on the internet. No one cares at all. It is also extremely discouraged. Very good. Declare bankruptcy. Zaya got up, picked up the toothbrush, and stuffed it into his mouth. Moji. Do you want to take painkillers? Wang. Nobody wants to buy it and I'm going bankrupt. Zaya was still regretting, so she took a razor and cleaned her beard in front of the wall mirror, comforting herself. At least I have a car. Then he turned around, fed the dog a painkiller, dog food, and stroked its nose. That's it for today. Let's stop playing. This series of shots is very natural, sophisticated beyond many people's expectations. It is as relaxed as if you are in your own home. There is no sign of deliberation at all, and when Zaya left the camera, only then did Chen Rengwen come back to his senses, and shouted with a smile, "This one is over, get ready to shoot the next set." Long shot. Go through it all at once. This is undeniably inspiring. The approval of others is the source of confidence, and confidence can generate positive feedback. This makes Zaya's performance more and more close to the character. Handy during the shooting time. During the day, his own end times were less than 10 times in total for newcomers. It's hard to come by. The departments prepare, the pro drivers prepare, actor Zaya, get ready too. At night, after Chen Rengwen shouted, everyone mobilized. The dilapidated second-hand Geely car, also driven by a professional driver, drove off the lawn. This scene is a car theft scene. Also the main character Sam. The fact that I ran into my second-hand car for the first time and turned into an alien? P.S. Chapter 7 is over. Good night everyone. Safety first. Don't steal cars. Chapter 57. The filming with the group is over, and Lu Bai ushers in the start of school. As the night deepens, the shooting progress also came to night. Zaya obeyed the director's arrangement and lay down under the blanket with her eyes closed. At this time the sound of a dog barking came out quickly, accompanied by the sound of a car starting. Zaya entered the role and woke up from sleep. No. He ran to the balcony to check the situation, but saw the yellow second-hand car leaving dust and smoke. That's my car. Zaya was furious. Desperately grabbing his coat, he ran to the stairs. Chapter 44. Okay, stop. The crew went outside the door to shoot the car chase. Lu Bai was very satisfied with his performance. It's a long shot again, the emotion is in place, and it's done in one go as the daytime enters the role. The state of the performance at night is getting better and better. Mistakes are rarely seen. Lu Bai thinks Ziya's acting skills are more spiritual than many others. The photographer is no nonsense. Hearing the chief director's words, he carried the machine and walked downstairs quickly. The crew came outside the door and reset up the camera seats after the slate was tapped. A new round of shooting began again. Damn car thief. Ziya ran out from the door and inserted one hand into the jacket to show that the situation is urgent and there is no time to wear clothes. Dad, call the police. Ziya yelled upstairs, then drove the battery car and chased him out. In the movie version of Earth, Sam rides a bicycle, but in Blue Star, battery cars are the mainstream means of transportation. Coupled with the fact that the protagonist catches up with a car on a bicycle, it is ridiculous, so an appropriate adaptation was made. This scene is also very simple. It is the scene where Sam finds out that the car has been stolen, gets up and drives to chase it. There is not even 1 minute in the film, but the preparation work required for shooting is very long. After solving this group of lenses, Lu Bai then followed the crew to the street at night. This is a car chase scene, and the scene where the male protagonist calls the police. It took 2 hours to finish filming this section, and it was already early morning. Junior brother Lu, there is one last show tonight, and it's going to the abandoned construction site. Others have already set up the scene, and we used to be able to finish shooting quickly. It's very late now, you big boss. There's no need to run with us. Chen Renqun handed over a bottle of water and said with concern. Lu Bai shook his head and refused with a smile. You major shareholders are running with a group. How can I go back and rest? And there are not many opportunities to learn from the brothers. Chen Renqun laughed and cursed, but did not stop him. Come to the abandoned factory together here. Colleagues have already set up the scene, and the shooting can start as soon as they arrive. Riders, get ready. After a while, the plane was facing the gate of the factory. A man in blue clothes got into the driver's seat under the director's signal. Then he slammed on the accelerator, splashed stones, and slammed into the abandoned railing of the factory. He is a special effects actor, and the costumes he wears are convenient for post-cutting to remove him from the picture naturally. It is impossible to really drive unmanned, not to mention the high cost. It is not easy to control when the car left the camera frame. Ziya also drove into the camera. The venue changes again. This time it was Ziya alone. He drove to the waste place, but because he was too anxious, the tram brake didn't work properly, and he fell directly to the ground. Ziya didn't care, but hid in the bunker, looking into the distance with a face full of shock. This scene is completely performed without physical objects, because there is nothing in front of him. But imagine that there is a giant automat in front of you at this time. He took out his mobile phone in shock and panic, turned on the video, and began to speak lines. My name is Wei Sam, and my car has come alive. He raised his mobile phone and went outside. See, since this is my last words, I just want to say, I love you, Mom and Dad. If you find a porn magazine under my bed, it's not mine. It is the consistent style of old American movies to be nervous and funny. Lu Bai didn't modify it either, and kept it. Tonight's scene was filmed from the early morning to the dawn of the sky. Was completely over. Everyone is exhausted. As for this film, the full version is more than 2 hours and 20 minutes long, with multi-line narrative, and the shooting cycle will definitely be very long. Everyone is mentally prepared. Half a month later, it's the end of February. Lu Bai's filming with the group is also over, and he ushered in the start of school. That was also his last college time, but before that, he has one more thing to attend to. Chapter 58. Late February. Lu Bai's about to welcome the start of school. At this point in time, Lu Bai felt that there was one thing that he had to face. I have parents. Lu Bai was in a complicated mood. He never knew how to face them. The body has blood, but the soul is strange, which made Lu Bai never dare to meet, but he knew he couldn't avoid it, so he might as well go back as school was about to start. I didn't go back during Chinese New Year, I just go back now. It doesn't seem appropriate, Lu Bai sighed after buying a bunch of things and mustering up the courage. I knocked on the door of the small town. He thought he would be embarrassed and unable to speak, but in fact, he naturally called his parents. This feeling, it was as if he was a rebellious child, with resistance and discomfort in his heart. But when he returned home, he was still warm. Come back when you come back, and bring so many things. Come in and sit down, don't just stand around. Mother warmly greeted. He never forgot to care about whether Lu Bai was too busy with work, and there was no news during the Chinese New Year. Don't bring so many things when you come back next time. They don't need it either. My father killed the chicken, and my mother went to buy vegetables. In the afternoon, I cooked a table of delicious dishes. My younger sister is in junior high school, and came in after school smelling the aroma of vegetables, lively and cheerful. Sister, here is your red envelope. After the meal, Lu Bai smiled and handed over a red envelope, which made his sister very happy. Thank you, brother. She snatched the red envelope and ran back to the room, then screamed excitedly, Mom and Dad, you too. Lu Bai's eyes were full of warmth. Spending a day here, helping with errands, seems to banish all barriers. There is only the warmth of the family in my heart, and the good food on the table. In fact, he should have known earlier. He has experienced this feeling several times. And it is a natural emotion. One is to maintain a friendly relationship with Han Moying and have cooperated selflessly for several years. Second, fellow seniors, there is no sense of distance, eating and drinking, and now they are running the company in partnership. These are all emotions that Lu Bai cherishes. He understands, this was the original owner's influence on him, but Lu Bai didn't resist at all and readily accepted it. Xiao Bei, there's no need to give it that much, right? Father Lu took the red envelope, feeling the thickness, and was surprised for a while when he saw that there were red bills inside. He was even more unwilling to accept them. This is as for Lu's mother. She was quite puzzled. Her red envelope is shriveled and hard. She opened it and found a bank card with a password on it. The big boss appreciated me, and I made a lot of money following the crew. You can accept it with peace of mind. My sister has a lot to spend on schooling. Lu Bai hid part of the truth, and said with a smile, after graduation, I will directly follow the crew, and I will become a director in the future. This made the second elder very happy. Father drank a lot. The mother makes suggestions. She must know something. Give gifts when they should, and don't worry about spending money. Chapter 45. I am grateful to the big boss who accepted his son silent all night. Lu Bai stayed for one night. In the early morning of the next day, it was time to embark on the road back to school, have a full breakfast, and there are more. Early in the morning, my mother was busy in the kitchen, spreading her nagging concern. Don't worry, don't choke, don't have conflicts with others at school, let's make room for something. If you encounter any trouble, remember to tell us, don't hide everything and choke. You know, take medicine when you are sick. There's a lot of dust outside, so you'd better wear a mask. You're not young anymore, it's time to talk about someone. If you have a suitable one, remember to bring it back. Lu Bai had his breakfast peacefully. I don't know how to express my concern for my mother. I can only reply with one sentence. Understood, Mom. Tell me if you have any questions. Don't be afraid to spend money. I'm back to school. Lu Bai stepped on the bus with his backpack on his back. Be careful on the road. Now I have to focus on work, and I don't have to come back often at home. Your dad and I are still young? Mother stood there for a long time, looking at the passing vehicles. Lu Bai sighed. After graduation, let's live together as a family. Chapter 59. A genius student of directing, the counselor called me to the office. When Lu Bai returned to the dormitory, it was already noon. He didn't expect that the three roommates lived in the school all the time. I'll go. Rare visitor, old Bai is back. Welcome, long time no see. Happy New Year. The three roommates greeted eagerly. Lu Bai also smiled. Happy New Year. He took out 3 red envelopes and sent them out. Hi boss, Dad is so loud. I'm not dreaming. Your kid is rich. The roommates received red envelopes, and there was a red one inside. Surprise. He recognized his father on the spot. Lu Bai was left speechless, but the sand sculpture roommate really made the dormitory more happy. Wait for Lu Bai to put away his luggage. The classmate asked curiously, where have you been during this time, and you are nowhere to be seen? Lu Bai's speech skills are amazing. I'm home. I just came from home. By the way, I took the topic away from myself. Aren't you going home for the new year? Hey. I'm busy looking for a job, so I don't have time to go home. Yeah, I'm graduating soon, and everyone is confused. Don't say that. The boss is still the boss, and he has already found a way out. Don't hurt me, please. Lu Bai had a good time after listening. I also heard the basic situation from their mouths, which are all related to the director's profession. Han Moying is said to be preparing for a new movie. Lu Bai knew about this, and the script was still discussed together. As for the new script, it naturally attracted a lot of attention from capital, and they all wanted to invest. But Han Moying declined. The roommate guessed that he should have found a backer. Lu Bai listened silently without commenting. If it is said that Han Moying's backer is herself, that's right. At least he promised to be responsible for all funding, as well as promotion. Class leader Lin Ming finished filming The Return of the Dragon King and made a small profit from the big online movie, so he didn't do any filming. The roommate looked at his circle of friends and ran to the science and technology exhibition almost every now and then. Posting many recent photos of Iron Man, it can be seen how obsessed he is. Lin Ming also revealed in the class group that he ordered an Iron Man and it would cost a full 20 yuan, which made them amazed. When Lu Bai heard this, he couldn't help but smile bitterly. If Lin Ming knew that he was the author of Iron Man, would he feel ashamed? He couldn't imagine it anyway. There are only so many topics in the movie classes for the other two classes. That's not a lot. Lu Bai had heard it a long time ago. Classes, have talented directors. Some made satirical short videos, with millions of followers on the internet, and were very popular among netizens. There are also serious themes, focusing on farmers and the market, which have been nominated for many awards and gained fame. There are even students who work as assistants under the name of great directors, who direct tens of millions or even hundreds of millions of movies and TV shows at a young age, making others envious. It is said that he will definitely be the director of Blue Star in the future. Everyone has a strong possibility and is more concerned by the school. All three roommates guessed. It is estimated that in the second half of the semester, at the film screening organized by the school, it will be surrounded by the above students. That can't be helped. Who made them great? I heard that some people have been booked by Big Capital, and now they have started working with a team. Anyway, I'm convinced. Everyone mentioned just now is very strong, and their achievements are far beyond what we can compare, of course, except for our squad leader Lin Ming, who is a rich second generation who is just playing tricks. After several people commented, they saw that Lu Bai was silent. Someone asked curiously, "By the way, Lu Bai, didn't you say you filmed some heroic subjects last semester? Did you make any splashes?" Lu Bai was digesting the information of the gifted student, heard the question. It also said with a wry smile, "The water splashed a little, but not much." The man waved his hand and said in relief, "It's good to have some movement. Unlike the videos of the three of us, no one watches them when they are posted online for free. I can only deal with the counselor's homework." As graduation approached, the roommates seemed sentimental too, even quite sentimental. People are different. The ones who are really capable have their future plans planned out. Those who are not up and down like us are the most confused. Don't talk about what you have and what you don't have. Anyway, people can't die of hunger. In our dormitory, Lu Bai is the most promising one. "What do you plan to do after graduation?" The roommate cast a curious look, but he was pushed back by another person. "Don't worry about Lu Bai. His screenwriting skills are popular everywhere." Hearing this, one person winked wildly, while the other two shut up knowingly. The atmosphere suddenly became quiet, making Lu Bai feel that something was wrong. He felt baffled, but didn't bother to ask. "I don't know. I was misunderstood by my roommate." Or when Han Moying was mentioned, he felt that Lu Bai might be dumped. The three of them gossiped. "I think this possibility is great." Han Moying completely wrote and directed by herself, and Lu Bai was no longer the screenwriter, and she is good looking, and she is the type of independent strong woman. Now that she has more stable capital support, Lu Bai seems to have become an abandoned pawn in the profit-seeking market. They avoided talking about it, mainly because they were afraid that Lu Bai would be sad. "Alice, to pay 4 years of youth and affection you have provided countless inspirations and scripts, but they were discarded like this before they became successful." Han Moying, "You are so cruel. Brother Lu must be very sad this new year." The three mourned silently. Lu Bai was also very happy, put away his luggage, and planned to lie down and rest. Sitting in the car all morning is also quite tiring, but at this time, he received a call from an acquaintance. "Lu Bai, have you arrived at school yet?" The counselor said. "If you come to school, go to the office. I guess it should be related to your Iron Man. Be mentally prepared. Don't blame me for not reminding you." Lu Bai smiled lightly. "Thank you, Ms. Han, for reminding me." On the other end of the phone, there were refreshing words. "Stop doing this." Chapter 60. The list of college film screenings confirmed. Lu Bai and Han Moying are all listed. From Han Moying's mouth, she learned that the counselor was looking for her. Chapter 46. Lu Bai didn't waste any time and came to the office soon. To Lu Bai's surprise, Han Moying was also here. Lu Bai nodded at him as a greeting, and then looked at the counselor. "Mr. Sun, are you looking for me?" Their counselor is named Sun Shengaiyu. He is 40 years old, wearing black-rimmed glasses, and has a gentle demeanor. "Student Lu, you are here." When Sun Shengaiyu saw Lu Bai coming, he grinned from the corners of his mouth to his ears, feeling extremely happy. Can't wait to hook shoulders and backs, chat and laugh happily. No way, the students are so good, more and more pleasing to the eye. The chief director of the 33 billion box office directly kills the winter vacation. Even if the dean knew about this horrible result, the whole school would definitely publicize it. Originally, he thought that the students in classes, and were monsters enough to enter the Blue Star Film Festival and be nominated for major lists, but who knew that Lu Bai hit it so deeply, and the first movie won such a high box office, directly entered the top, in Qinzhou's historical box office, without a face, if Lu Bai hadn't reminded him, don't tell others, otherwise, he would have run to the dean and the principal to be frightened. Now, I am a student, 33 billion box office, bowl ratio, sit, don't stand, it's fine, I just want to chat with you, is it going well recently? Sun Shengai was full of appreciation and asked Lu Bai to sit down too. It went well. Lu Bai sat down with a smile. Sun Shengai poured a cup of tea. Drink tea. I just talked about you with classmate Han. And she said that you are making a new movie. Thank you, teacher. Lu Bai took a sip. Yes, let's play with it. Sun Shengai smiled. Other students said they were just playing around, but Sun Shengai believed it. Lu Bai said that he was playing with a film, which is considered modest and low-key. There are not many directors in Qinzhou who can produce billions of box office. After this semester, you should graduate too. Sun Shengai didn't dig deep either. Instead, it revealed the school's next plan. You also know that in this semester, there will be a film screening. Outstanding students who graduated from our school, or well-known practitioners such as big directors and stars outside the school, will be invited to participate. The purpose is to pave the way for students. Sun Shengai looked at the handsome man and beautiful woman sitting in front of him with satisfaction. He said with great satisfaction, your talents are obvious to all, and I am also relieved. I can tell you that your list will definitely appear on it, but I also want to know, can the new movie of the two of you be made before graduation? In this way, I can make more face at the party and follow you to gain fame. When Han Moying heard this, there was a gentle smile on the corner of her mouth and he looked sideways at Lu Bai beside him. She knew clearly that what Mr. Sun said about the glory was naturally related to Lu Bai. Her films are just small things, and she is not top-notch in the field of directing. My production scenes are small, the script is not big, and it's not esoteric. The shooting cycle is very short, and it is estimated that it will be released within 2 months. Han Moying estimated with Lu Bai's financial support and advice, coupled with the promotion of Earth films, she is full of confidence. The previous film told about the hardships of the workplace and won 3,000 million box office. With such a big support this time, it should be able to reach, million box office, right? In the future, it will also become a list of hundreds of millions of directors. Sun Shengai listened to Han Moying's statement, nodding with satisfaction, then looked at Lu Bai. Among the students in this class, Lu Bai was the one he was most looking forward to. It can be released before graduation. After comprehensive thinking, Lu Bai gave this answer. Although the filming cycle is long, a lot of special effects are needed, but the strongest of Blue Star Pictures is the production of special effects. It won't take too long. The three chatted briefly again, and the counselor let them go to work. There are almost no classes this semester. The first day is reporting, and then I have ideological and moral classes. There are only a few online classes left. Lu Bai and Han Moying left together. Lu Bai asked, "Why are you here?" Han Moying felt strange. "I'm not here. How did I know I should call you?" Lu Bai thought about it too. At this time Lu Bai received news from the Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum. That's the thing about Iron Man. Chapter 61 Lamborghini comes out. Lu Bai's real idea to create a sports car brand. The message is from Li Pinggan, Director Lu, at 10 o'clock tonight. It's time to close the museum. Thank you very much for your great support to our Science and Technology Exhibition Hall. Lu Bai could see that the Science and Technology Museum was sincere because of Iron Man's permanent presence. Let the Science and Technology Museum sell a lot of tickets. The social attention has increased sharply, and the curator can wake up with a smile every day. Li Pinggan also said that the recording will be released tonight, so if you are interested, you can pay attention. Lu Bai said he knew, and rejected the other party's request for help with transportation. I don't need you guys to help me deliver Iron Man. I will pick it up. Turning off the phone, Lu Bai also bid farewell to Han Moying. He still has things to attend to. Lu Bai hailed a car and went to the film industry prop production company some time ago. The appearance patent and design patent of Lamborghini applied by Lu Bai have been approved. The copyright ownership of Transformers is also included in his name. That's why Lu Bai confidently sent the exterior drawings, signed a non-disclosure agreement, and commissioned it to be built. Boss Lu, the appearance is almost polished. Is there anything you are not satisfied with? The film industry prop production company is an old buddy. Iron Man suit and venue were arranged by them, accompanied by the person in charge. Lu Bai came to the production room. The first thing I saw was a golden beast. That kind of impact made Lu Bai's heart beat faster. After seeing it, Lu Bai checked and found that he did not cut corners. The whole car shell has a very strong texture and is majestic. When we receive your order, we will build it non-stop. In terms of interior, it is also in accordance with the most luxurious ratio. The person in charge did not forget to brag a few words. He is also qualified to play, and he led the team to restore the appearance drawings very seriously. More importantly, the appearance of the car, it also deeply attracted his attention and made him very excited every time he saw it. Such an outstanding design, he had never seen it in Blue Star. It was too wild. Very good. Next time there is cooperation, I will find you as soon as possible, Lu Bai affirmed. Then he took out his phone and started working. This time he came here not only for acceptance, but also for publicity. Such a cool sports car appears for the first time in Blue Star. It's also used to promote the new movie. The effect shouldn't be bad, right? Lu Bai was looking forward to it. After taking the appearance, Lu Bai also opened the exaggerated scissor door. Chapter 47. The door is lifted straight up, which is unique and exaggerated. However, this way of opening the door, every time the person in charge sees it, he will be amazed to know Blue Star's doors are plain and practical, and Lamborghini's way of opening the door, it's uncomfortable, even counterintuitive, but it looks expensive. What kind of design genius is this? Can the car drive? Lu Bai got into the driving seat and asked. The person in charge withdrew his amazed gaze, and replied, it can be opened, but only a little bit. Lu Bai had only two demands at the beginning. The appearance is perfectly restored, and it can be opened. That is, the Lamborghini that Lu Bai is sitting on now is nothing but cool. The running speed is not necessarily comparable to that of a battery car with full horsepower, but Lu Bai didn't mind as long as you can run in the movie and complete the shooting task after the movie is released. Then you can take the design drawings and go to major car companies to discuss cooperation, extract transformers, collect box office, advertise Lamborghini, and create a sports car brand. 3 birds with 1 stone. This is what Lu Bai really thinks. P.S. Thank you, excellent Sentinel and Vegetable Chicken Iron Pilot, for his certification. Thank you, Comrades Io Wang, for the explosive update. Thank you, Herbal Tea Drinking, for the inspiration capsule. Chapter 62. Lamborghini appears. Blue Star. All netizens are shocked. Lu Bai left the movie prop company. After returning to the dormitory, start editing the video. Would you like the redefined sports car? Quickly, Lu Bai put on the appropriate electronic music and uploaded the video to the beep station. He glanced at his fan count. It reached 18, and he is still very satisfied with the speed to know, including the newly cut video. Only the 3rd one was posted. This speed is not fast. Just wait for the video to ferment. Let the Iron Man account forward it first. Lu Bai sent a message to the operation department, and it will be done in a snap. Spread the word through Iron Man's account of 60 followers. After Iron Man was released, Lu Bai took back his account and handed it over to his company to operate it, and then Lu Bai received a prestige message. It was a photo sent by Lin Ming. He opened it curiously. It was actually a snapshot of him walking side by side with Han Moi-ing. Today, what's the situation? Lu Bai just wanted to ask Lin Ming, then sent a message, with a bad tone. Everyone is a man, and I don't talk about those nonsense. Don't think I don't know what you're thinking. You're not good enough for Han Moi-ing. I warn you, it's best to stay away from her. When Lu Bai saw it, he really couldn't laugh or cry, but it is inevitable that there will be some anger in my heart. It's okay to be threatened, but thinking about it calmly, it seems that there is no need to explain to him he's a hammer. There are no courses, and you are about to graduate. Who'll remember you by then? Lu Bai turned off his phone, closed his computer, and took a nap. I'm really tired from driving today. But in the high-end community, Lin Ming was still sulking. How dare you not reply to my message? A boy with an average family background, dare to show off with me? Boyle. Hello, is this Lin Ming? Your courier has arrived. Lin Ming received a call. His mood brightened instantly, and what he had been waiting for a long time finally arrived. I'm going over here soon with the help of several courier brothers. Lin Ming finally saw the item he was longing for. After opening the express delivery, the golden red color is bright and dazzling, instantly grabbed Lin Ming's heart. That item is obviously Iron Man, from Earth Films and Primal Resin, genuine Iron Man. I've been waiting for this day for a long time. 20. It's worth it. Lin Ming was elated after researching all afternoon. I finally figured out how to use it. This set of Iron Man, made of 3D printing and resin, removable, washable, also cut off the electricity. Most importantly, it can be worn. Lin Ming couldn't wait to assemble it immediately. Wrapping himself tightly, he found that he was not depressed at all. It is light and does not burden the body. You can even run and jump. No smell either. Too good. Natured, simply handsome. Lin Ming smiled boldly. The figures he used to play with were all rubbish. This is what a man should do. He faced the full-length mirror and admired it over and over again. The whole body is shiny, and the metallic texture is confusing, especially the headlights on the chest and eye sockets. Very cool. It seems to be completely transformed into Iron Man at this moment. It's a pity, although it is almost the same as the movie, but far less than the Iron Man seen in the Science and Technology Museum. It is more impactful. Lin Ming still had eyesight. When I went to the Science and Technology Museum for the first time, I saw that the Iron Man in the glass cover was unusual. It seemed that there was some huge energy lurking, which made him daunting, but fortunately, that one is an exhibit after all. At least I can still wear this. Lin Ming comforted himself this moment. He also put his dissatisfaction with Lu Bai behind him. The place where he lives is more than, yuan per square meter, which is beyond the reach of most people. Getting angry with a poor boy really dropped the price with a sense of superiority. Lin Ming nimbly picked up the phone and recorded a video. Is the genuine Iron Man bought for 20 effective? Chapter 48. Lin Ming sent a beep, pretending to be Bobby in a low-key manner. This is not showing off. Who knows that he is rich, and he also managed to get Iron Man's traffic, which attracted a lot of praise from the crowd. The name of Big Boss and local tyrant made him feel elated. It's good to have money. As long as my dad works hard enough, I can do whatever I want. Lin Ming sighed comfortably. Also at this time, he got on the hot list. A model with an exaggerated cover, that blade-like lines, smooth and sharp body, instantly caught his eye. In the lower left corner, there is also the followed logo. This moment, his mind exploded instantly. Chapter 63. The sports car that subverts cognition. The rich second generation collectively fried. Boss Lu Bai posted a new video. At this moment, Lin Ming was shocked, excited too, especially the orange beast cover. He couldn't stop it. Would you like the redefined sports car? Seeing the title on the cover, Lin Ming's mind instantly went blank. Open your mouth wide. A damn sentence almost blurted out. This is a car. Is this riding a car, or a sports car? I rely on it. Can this be opened? Others are so stupid that they don't even know what to say. Click directly into the cover and see the panorama of the entire car. It simply overturned his cognition. The air intake at the front of the body is as exaggerated as a shark's mouth. The knife-sharp spoiler extends backwards, which is extremely silky. Flaps on both sides, like a bomber extended, seem to be able to see the hurricane, are all cut. The rear of the car adopts a larger mesh hood, which is like a steel beast. With just one glance, Lin Ming's heart was firmly grasped, heart beating fast, eyes full of greed. As long as it can be made, I will definitely buy it, he wailed excitedly in his heart. This is simply too cool. He never thought that the car could be designed like this. Even if it is a sports car, he doesn't dare to think about it. To know, Blue Star's sports car looks as conservative and restrained as a private car. It's just that a better engine is used to run faster and fiercer. But now before my eyes, it completely breaks the definition of a sports car and subverts imagination and cognition. He not only doubted, does such a design belong to a car? Can you hit the road? Is it legal? Science fiction. As shocked as him, there are countless netizens. In the first second, the barrage was completely crazy. Not right. I don't know how many times I have cycled. Is this riding horse a car? I really want. Poverty limits my imagination. I never imagined that a car could be like this. Really? Does it make sense for a car to be designed so that I can't afford it? Quote a price that will make me give up. Barrage madness. Lin Ming is also extremely superior. The entire video is just over a minute long, with no voice-over from the body, door, and rear. It is displayed at 180 degrees. Every part is so cool that it makes the blood spurt. Not only do men fall in love, but women can't put it down. In just a few seconds, it gives people an illusion, as if a sports car should be like this. Not only the appearance design is exaggerated and excellent, when the scissor-like car door was tilted towards the sky, Lin Ming couldn't sit still anymore. What kind of design is this riding horse? Boss Lu Bai, cowhide, simply a genius. Lin Ming gritted his teeth. Both Iron Man and this car perfectly fit his sci-fi dream. If it can be driven on the street, it will be a lot of fun. It is simply a symbol of status and taste. This way of opening the door is simple. I don't know what to say anymore. The interior design is so low-key and luxurious. I really want to go in and touch the steering wheel. If I have this car, no goddess will refuse to sit in my co-pilot. Right. When Lin Ming saw the barrage, his heart was surging. I have already fantasized about Han Moi sitting in the co-pilot admiringly. He was distracted, and couldn't help posting a barrage. I will buy it when it comes out. The video is not long, just over a minute. Lin Ming, on the other hand, was wearing the Iron Man suit and watched it 5 or 6 times. The feeling of wanting but not getting it is the most uncomfortable feeling. Lin Ming, you can do it, boy. You have already ordered the Iron Man coat, which is so difficult to order. If you don't wear it, why don't you let us have a look? At this time a prestige window popped up on Lin Ming's phone. He clicked in and took a look, and some friends forwarded his B-station video. It's a video of him wearing the Iron Man suit and being extremely stinky. There are also a group of friends who expressed their envy. Yeah, I haven't ordered this linkage battle suit for a long time. There are so many rich people. Can you and a resin company increase its production capacity? There are only 1,000 sets in total, and it won't make any money, idiot. If I wasn't shorter than Lin Ming, I would have to borrow it to wear it. This group is the rich second-generation circle in Qinzhou. Regardless of assets, there are small target figures for cash reserves alone. Otherwise, it would be impossible for Lin Ming's father to spend 500 million in cash to make a movie for him. Only those with more cash can have such confidence. Do not talk. I was stabbed by the boss. Lin Ming saw the news in the group. It was not as exciting as expected, and there was no idea of showing off, just a deep emptiness. How to say, shoddy version. Is the quality bad? I saw the video you posted. It's just like a movie. What's going on? Let me also avoid the pit. The group was full of curious voices. Some even hesitated to cancel the reservation. Lin Ming sighed. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 49. Ford did the video. He was looping to the group after 1 minute of silence. Suddenly, the rich second generations exploded collectively. Chapter 64. The fanatical children of the rich family will turn against each other. I hang NMD. Is this a car? Just kidding. I don't believe it. This is definitely a concept car. It is impossible to mass produce it on the road. To be honest, I fell in love with it at first sight. This is really cool. With this design alone, it can't be cheap. The rich second generation in the group, see the video of Lamborghini? It was also boiling, but reason tells them that this sports car is almost a concept car. It's a pity that this design is bad. Yeah, it's really cool to dare to break the rules. There is no regret in the group. This car really pokes a man's heart. It is simply a beast of steel, and you can't move your eyes when you look at it. For these teenagers, more attractive than Iron Man suit. After all, the Iron Man suit can only be worn by oneself for fun. And it would be a shame to wear it on the street, and most of it will become a collectible figure. But the car is different. You can bring your sister. Just when the group felt sorry, Lin Ming couldn't bear it anymore. He sent a message to remind, didn't you find out that this is the video released by the creator of Iron Man? One stone caused 1,000 waves moment. The group that had been howling was suddenly revived. Damn it, it was really Lu Bai who sent it. I'm already screaming at home. Ha ha ha. I don't know why, but I have a confidence again. Some people in the group were puzzled. What are you doing? Did you talk about concept cars? Why are they all getting up? Lin Ming flaunted. If you don't pay attention to Iron Man, you naturally don't know about Lu Bai's superiority. The short video he posted on the internet at the beginning was his original intention of restoring Iron Man, and guess what? He actually made the movie. The Iron Man I'm wearing now is jointly produced by his company. I believe in his ability. It is absolutely possible to realize this concept car. Even if the final result cannot restore the video, I will definitely support it. Lin Ming was full of confidence. As for the boss of mutual relations, can he not take the opportunity to raise his status? But when he thought of having the same name and surname as that little boy, Lin Ming couldn't understand why. It's hard for parents to die grass. Everyone is not aware of it, but they still feel unreliable. Iron Man in the movie can fly and fire weapons, but can the battle suit that Lin Ming bought? Even if Lamborghini can be built, it is not yet known whether it can be driven on the road. Instead, someone came forward to speak, with a mysterious tone. I think you may have underestimated the ability of boss Lu Bai. When the man opened his mouth, he also attracted the attention of many people. Lin Ming even recognized the other party. The other party's family runs a technology company and has raised several rounds of financing, which can be described as strong. His words are indeed intriguing. Even Lin Ming was puzzled. Obviously I am the one who is most familiar with Lu Bai. Why is there still someone jumping in line? The man didn't make a fool of himself, and said directly, my family makes technological products, and there should be many friends who know about it. This year's Qinzhou Science and Technology exhibition, my company also sent representatives to see it. academic exchange that night attracted unanimous attention from the whole company. It seems that a revolutionary technology has been born. When the man recalled the seriousness on his father's face, he was also at a loss. Others said that his father was a bigwig in technology, but in his eyes, his father never changed his face in any situation. But after that night, there was such a serious sense of crisis that it overturned his cognition. An intelligently controlled Iron Man may have already been produced. The higher-ups have discussed that boss Lu Bai has a remote-controlled Iron Man, and it can take off on the spot. This is a cutting-edge technology that cannot be realized by current technology, but it has already been broken through. The man's serious face, a little more fanaticism and anticipation. That is to say, it may be possible for Mr. Lu Bai to release this sports car. As soon as the conclusion came out, the audience was in an uproar. Everyone has no doubts about the truth of what he said, and there is no need to lie. Everyone has status and status, so there is no need to sensationalize. Everyone, don't grab it. The sports car came out and I bought it first. This car is very expensive at first glance. Everyone should save some money. I'll just buy it. I have a lot of money. I know you are in a hurry. But don't be in a hurry. Get lost. I want to be the first to buy. Fart. Lin Ming was even more excited, eyes full of ecstasy. If it really comes out, he must also buy it. I'm related to boss Lu Bai. I want in-app purchase. I'm so envious of these bastards. Chapter 65. The major car companies are stupid. How short of money is this film company? Lin Ming yelled that it would be a blast. Lamborghini video. Netizens watched excitedly, but some people frowned. Can this car really work? At a car company meeting, the self-media screen played the golden model. A high-ranking person raised a question. Theoretically it works, even better than I imagined. It can be said that the designer of this model is very understanding. A boss from the design department has a serious face. The whole body is completely designed according to the aerodynamic structure, which is why it has such an exaggerated appearance. The advantage is that it can really speed up the speed of the car, just like a bomber, designed very flat. The president looked at the marketing department. Come and analyze the advantages and disadvantages of this model. The person in charge of the marketing department thought it over and said, face is more important than practicality. I have carefully observed the design. The chassis of this car is very low, which means that the space is narrow. It is inherently uncomfortable to sit or drive. Tall people will suffer more. Most of the vehicles in Blue Star are 5-seater cars, and a few are 7-seater cars. These are all private cars. The sports car has 4 seats like the 2 shown in the video. There were before, but they were eliminated. So in this meeting, most people looked irrelevant. They are a private car company, not a sports car, so they are not worried at all. And who wouldn't post a short video? Nowadays, the special effects rendering is so fake that it can't be released except for the concept car, which will lose the market's favorability. Apart from spending money, there is no benefit, and it is simply thankless. Seeing that everyone didn't care much, the person in charge of the marketing department relaxed a lot and continued, there have been precedents for 2-seater sports cars, and everyone knows the final result. It was not recognized by the market at all, and a lot of manpower, material and financial resources were spent. It almost ended up going bankrupt. The president looked calm, and then clicked on the person in charge of the business department. I heard that the publisher of this video is Earth Films. Have you contacted us? The person in charge of the Ministry of Commerce nodded. Yes, we have been approached for cooperation. The general idea is that we invest money in sponsorship, and they promote our car in the film, which is equivalent to advertising. The investment of several million yuan. After our serious research, we found that they are also cooperating with other car companies, so we finally rejected it. Hearing this, the president nodded. Have they contacted the sports car company yet? This movie company is crazy about money. Scraping car companies everywhere, thinking that money is so easy to fool. Chapter 50. Yes, they have been approached, but they were all rejected by sports car manufacturers. As far as I know, they didn't get sponsorship from sports car companies, and they didn't want to promote it for free, so they designed it themselves. I even think this video is just a hype. The president couldn't laugh or cry when he heard his subordinate's analysis, but I have to say that being able to deceive car companies with movies is indeed very smart, and it is also quite capable of fooling people just like a startup company. Using PPT to deceive investors is simply unreliable. Continue to the next topic. At this point, the president continued the meeting. This Lamborghini video, just added to the regular meeting. Not enough attention has been given. Conventional car companies don't pay attention inside the sports car company. There is also an attitude of not caring. Design without sponsorship, it's really arrogant. What's the benefit of offending so many sports car companies at once? I have to say, this design is pretty good, and it looks good at home, doesn't it take up space? Ha ha ha. And for this model Qinzhou Geely automobile, however, held a special meeting. Did you say you messed up? For this car, everyone's opinion is actually the same, but it is not practical. Then have you ever considered young people? For them, practicality is not the only criterion for buying a car. If the car model is designed to your liking, more people will buy it. Even cars with the same configuration are willing to pay a higher price to buy better looking ones. They are really serious about making a movie. Doesn't that just mean that we have invested in the protagonist's special vehicle, so we are more likely to make money? Unfortunately, it only occupies the first half of the film. I asked the investment promotion department of Earth Films. This model has already applied for an appearance patent. Maybe we can further discuss the possibility of cooperation. Under the heated discussion of many people, everyone gradually formed a consensus. You can try to get in touch. The leader also made a decision immediately. Our car company has been in business for so many years, and it has never been up or down. I think this is an opportunity. Let's get in touch first, and then wait for the market's feedback on this model after the film is released. If you can, buy the appearance patent and take the lead. That night Lu Bai took his staff and went to the Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum to transport Iron Man to the truck. It was also the first time Li Pinggan met Lu Bai for such a youngin'. It was also a surprise. People are more popular than dead people. The Iron Man recording is about to start tonight, Li Pinggan reminded. Okay, thank you for your hard work. Lu Bai nodded his thanks, and followed the truck back to the villa for tonight's recording. He just glanced at it briefly after all. He had already seen the scene through the line of sight connection, so there was no need to watch it again. However, the beep station of Qinzhou Science and Technology Museum was topped. Countless netizens were shocked. It makes up for the regret of not being able to go to the scene. Fuck. Iron Man can really fly. Boss Lu Bai, is this going to turn the movie into reality? How much he loves Iron Man. Netizens were excited and crazily praised and voted for coins. There were even people discussing it in the barrage. Do you think there's anyone in Iron Man? There must be someone, otherwise it is impossible to explain. Iron Man's limbs are so smooth, but this space is not very big. I think it is more likely to be remotely controlled. The Iron Man suit produced by Earth Films can not only be worn but also moved, and I think the same is true for the podium. Isn't the material different at first glance? The barrage gradually turned upside down. There are also countless analysis posts in the comment area, which makes people stunned. Lin Ming was also watching and worshipping, feeling extremely excited. What the kid in the group said is true. Iron Man has already iterated and can fly. This fact, it also made him look forward to the real launch of Lamborghini moment. He couldn't wait to private message Lu Bai. The tone is reverent. Boss, is a Lamborghini really a sports car? Can it be made, even if it's not legal to go on the road? I'll buy it. Please give me a place to buy. Chapter 66. The shooting scene was upgraded again, and the actors panicked. Transformers, complete. Lu Bai was getting ready to sleep. However, it was also amused to receive Lin Ming's question. You were threatening me this morning. Now it's fun to call the boss. It's a sports car, and it can be built. Lu Bai was sure that the other party didn't know it was him. He didn't expose it, and fell asleep after replying, but Lin Ming received an affirmative reply. But he was so excited that he couldn't sleep. Brothers, the definite news is here. The boss said it can be made. Lin Ming immediately took a screenshot and sent it to the group immediately. The group of rich second generations were also excited. Big brother Cowhide, simply mighty, I bought it for a 50. Fart, how about sending beggars away? I want this car for 100 million. Someone also asked Lin Ming, can I make a reservation now? When Lin Ming saw it, he was also filled with pride and pride. Not only the idol's contact information, but also first-hand inside information. This earned a lot of face. I don't know about this. It should still be in the research and development stage. Now that the frontal photos are released, it may take a while. Lin Ming replied seriously, silently pretended, but it also made everyone in the group very excited. Time flies. A month has passed. During this time, Lu Bai was shooting with the group. Take time to watch online classes, and expanded the propaganda department, specially operate the network accounts of Iron Man and Transformers to keep the vitality of IP. Today, he and the crew are in the desert. Boom boom boom. 2 attack planes soared in the sky, and then dropped 4 missiles, blowing up the sky with yellow sand and billowing dust. But everyone in the crew was excited. They all cheered involuntarily at this moment. Missiles are really cool. In the last film Iron Man, we used bombs. Real guns. and tanks. In this film, we directly leased military aircraft and used missiles. Who will believe it? That's why our crew dared to do that. I can't help but say something awesome to myself. End of this chapter. Thank you so much for reading until the end. Don't forget to give it a like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription or donation encourages us to continue. Thank you all. See you in the next video.